I've been at this job before. When we came into office, the crisis that faced us was very difficult. In my own imagination, I thought that we'll need about 2 years to begin to see a turnaround. That's what I thought. But Ebenezer, this is how far God has brought us. We're all surprised and shocked at the quick turnaround. Anytime I meet the IMF officials and the World Bank officials, they themselves cannot believe, what has happened in Ghana. So Ghana has now become the poster boy, of the IMF and the World Bank. So when they go to other African countries, they say, don't you see Ghana? Look at what Ghana has done. And that's why I say, it is only the grace of God. It is only the grace of God. To bring inflation from 23.8% to 5.4% in 1 year. How did we manage that? For the first time to see our long-suffering Ghanaian currency, the cedi, that has been taking a beating over the years. Dollars have been arrested, they've broken jail and all that. For the first time to see the Ghanaian cedi appreciate by 37% in 1 year. It's only God. It's by His grace. The IMF gave us a primary balance of 1.5%. And 2025, our primary balance is 2%, higher than the IMF gave. And so, God has been good to us.
Well, the American authorities are handling the process and they are handling it in accordance with American law. So far, I don't find anything wrong with what has taken place. As you rightly pointed out, I monitored the hearing yesterday and I have had reports from the United States regarding what has happened and what may happen, but these are confidential discussions and I'm not supposed to talk to the media about what they have briefed me on. No, the Justice Department is working on the extradition request. Now you have to understand that what is happening now is in relation to immigration violation, immigration law violations. All right, that is separate and distinct from the extradition request. And so if it was put in before the district, the immigration judge that there's an extradition request, he wants a formal, filing before him. So the Justice Department would have to do that before a decision is taken.
When would that happen based on your contact?
No, I don't control what happens with the Justice Department in the U.S. So,
but are you hopeful that this will go through?
I am very hopeful, extremely hopeful. Thank you.
Thank you.
Honorable elders and members of the party, fellow patriots, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for the invitation, and I'm honored to be here at a moment that is significant, not only for the new patriotic party, but also for Ghana's democratic journey. Let me begin by congratulating our national officers, the chairman and members of the Presidential Election Committee, and all who have worked diligently to organize these primaries coming up in just 9 days' time. You are overseeing a process involving the largest number of delegates in the history of our party. That achievement speaks to the growth, depth, and democratic maturity of the New Patriotic Party. We're gratified by the presence of the Inspector General of Police and his senior officers at this ceremony, and by the undertakings he has given us today. They are reassuring signals that the proceedings of 31st January 2026 will be conducted in peace and security. IGP, we count on you and your men and women to do a good job. Ladies and gentlemen, our party did not begin today, even though a handful of us were privileged enough to be around in its early days. It did not begin yesterday. Its roots go back to 1947 with the formation of the United Gold Coast Convention, UGCC, from which the Dankwa Dombo Busia tradition proudly draws its lineage. At that founding moment, a clear and principled decision was taken. Leadership would be determined by the ballot, not by force, intimidation, or intrigue. George Alfred Park Grant was unanimously elected president and chairman. J.P. Dankwa and R.S. Blay became vice presidents. R.A. Awono Williams served as treasurer. The other members of that inaugural executive committee were Edward Akufo-Addo, Emmanuel Obeche-Bilamte, J.W. de Graaf Johnson, John Sybil, and Kwabena Kese. They were men of strong views and strong personalities, but they were united by discipline, mutual respect, patriotism, and an unshakable belief in orderly democratic process. From that beginning emerged a lesson that still guides us today. While the ballot must decide who becomes what, the true test of our internal democracy lies in the conduct of winners and losers alike, before, during, and after the contest. That lesson was reaffirmed in 1992. I know the campaign has generated some heat among aspirants.
Our revered former President, His Excellency Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, our mother, former Chief of Staff, our Chairman of the National Council of Elders, Dr. Hakma Usu Ajiman, our leader in we shall win to save Ghana. Thank you so very much. You didn't get that. I said, God bless you. Amen. God bless you. God bless you. You know what?
No, and yempo, the party could say anything. But the fact of the matter is, Ghanaians were made to understand, say, Dr. Bawumia has been blocked to help the NADO to make sure the economy thrives. Until when it came to the economy, Obienu said Dr. Bawumia was number one. And that was the reason why he was brought to assist NADO. And this, we are making NADO now. Until if it happened that way, under his watch in economy, no, said the Misikano, no. Emma ebeye paradox bi. Nipa ya say what being economy nipa ena ono buy na ni time. Ena economy no akodum pempenso a afi obi a we invest kura bond in the adesi intimintu na. So it became a better. So economy no amwa wono as a person na no really at that time. But what I'm trying to say, and that is why Nkofu Bebree say probably he didn't do well. But once the majority decided that he was the one to go, then I think he was.
Would you support the cause, Musa Kobi?
Well, for now, I will not say it. Why I'm saying is I will not know. And yempo, the party could say anything. But the fact of the matter is, Ghanaians were made to understand, say, Dr. Bawumia has been blocked to help the NADO to make sure the economy thrives.
Government is broke, The people are spending billions to go inside the government that is broke. Have you ever seen a minister who resigned because government is broke before? Government has no money. Have you ever seen a governor who said, ladies and gentlemen, when I was elected, I thought the government had money. Now I discover government has no money, I resign. Have you ever seen it? Government has no money, but they are bringing money out at election time. Where is that money coming from? So they are lying. What is happening is that there are two types of wicked people in government. Type 1, they eat current money. Any money they find in government, they will eat it. They are wicked about that one. There is type 2. Type 2, they eat current money and future money. They will say, my term will end next year. When I leave, how will I eat money? Let me borrow money now and borrow money of the future and eat it now.
All right, assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh. Good morning. Thank you very much for joining us on the show. This is Good Morning Ghana on a Metro Television. My name is Audu Moro, and it's always a pleasure to come your way, to be back. It's a big beginning of another week. This is the day the Lord has made. Indeed, we're glad in it. I want to say big thanks to Almighty Allah, to Almighty God, for making it possible for us to return here to join the nation's conversation on the big issues that are making the rounds in our dear country, Ghana. Today is the 26th, I believe. So sorry, yes, the 26th of January, 2026. My name once again is Audu Moro, and I'll go straight ahead and look at what the newspapers are reporting today. Daily Graphic is what I'll start with, as you know, and it says, we'll fight for welfare, dignity of Ghanaians abroad. Foreign Affairs Minister. DVLA introduces reforms, license and roadworthiness expire on holder's birthday. Let's pay 1 billion cedis to retired soldiers is gratuity arrears under CI 129, President directs. The Ghanaian Times. At WASA 2026, President cuts out for 2,000 housing units for GAF, announces pay rise for soldiers. AMA issues ultimatum to pavement traders. First Sky Group marks 23rd annual Thanksgiving service. DVLA to implement major reforms leveraging technology. CEO. Daily Guide, a GHS driver busted with narcotics. There's posted Bawumia to win MPP race. Court admits SkyTrain documents. Jacobo Galamsey's police clash, 1 dead. That's the Daily Guide. The Insight, Ken Ofori-Atta, Arise Ghana demands extradition of ex-minister from US. Galamsey, why destruction doesn't have to be the end. Chief Justice warns new judges against abuse of judicial power. Ghana is on a digital revival. Glorious sports rebirth, says Veep, as she salutes Communication and Sports Minister. 40 years of African Charter on Human and People's Rights. Wanted war criminal Benjamin Netanyahu and over 60 world leaders reportedly invited by Trump to govern Gaza. The Inquisitor. NPP flag bearership raise due. Last hour Buga is on. InstaPR backs NPA's fuel price floor policy. VAT reforms to lower prices boost compliance. GRA. 6 pick forms to contest the NDC Ayawaso East constituency. The Herald. Ex-Akufo-Addo aide roasted for distorting corrupt Japa royalties deal. Baba Jamal rejects ambassadorial job for Ayawaso East MP seat. 38-year-old Wee merchant busted in Ho. Oforiatta's wife once attacked Gloria Kufu for not prosecuting Mohammed's appointees. Cocoa Board redirect frustrated farmers to licensed buyers. The Ghanaian publisher, NPP presidential race, AUCB TESCON calls for peaceful election. Bawumia pledges grassroots inclusion, leads with 57% in latest polls. NPP needs kind-hearted Kenny Japan, Na Toshi. Media critical to economic reset, BOG. The custodian. In Sawamedu, NPP coordinators root for Bawumia. I don't fear anybody in NPP. Ken rejects calls to apologize to Bawumia. Government laud's role of media in Ghana's democracy. No error in peace-pact documents, Kwabena Ejipong declares, and as BOG seeks economic partnership with Primpag. Daily Post. Kwamega Atokpele Tanko backs Ibri Girls as AOGA 76 Commission's legacy garage project. And then there's Mahama announces new salary scale for GAF, arrears to be paid in March. DVLA to go cashless in 2026. CEO. We want to do away with the era where anyone can just emboss number plates. DVLA CEO. And then there's the Business and Financial Times that says Global Market Outlook 2026. The Standard Chartered hosts 2026 edition of Global Market Outlook event. There's RTI Commissions upholds MIP's decision to defer publication of 2024 financial statements. Stripping quasi-fiscal risk from gold reserve. BOG's next move as emergency phase fades. Fisheries sector moves to close $800 million annual supply gap. That's it for the newspapers, the front pages of the newspapers. Let's check out what's online. And I'll start with the City Newsroom that says the reckless driving, over speeding behind surge in 2025 road crashes. And there's massive fire guts shops, workshops at Sofoline magazine. Ghana airs to accelerate clean transport transition. So what's on My Jaw Online? My Jaw Online this morning is reporting Ghana's the best performing currency in Africa for 2025. IMF. There's fire sweeps through mechanic shops at Sofoline, destroys over 100 vehicles. We're all shocked and surprised at the quick turnaround of Ghana's economy, according to Mahama. If you go to Ghana Web, you have I will apologize my foot. Kenny Japan defiant of Bawumia is a liar claim. And as please spare Ghanaians the painful revision of our recent economic suffering. Gabi Abre. And there's Metro TV Online. It says that GES debunks fake recruitment letter circulating on social media. Police probe violent attack on a Jacobo patrol team. And the EPA warns noise pollution offenders risk jail or facility closure. All right, so that's it for the online and newspaper review. Please stay with us. This is Good Morning Ghana on Metro Television. My guest is already seated. We'll start a conversation shortly.
Sometimes the unexpected happens and the hero falls down in his own story. But he needs not stay down for long. Cosmopolitan Health Insurance is your trusted health partner. Whether an individual building a business, with Cosmopolitan Health Insurance, your medical care is our concern. For the best health insurance solutions for corporate institutions, groups and associations, families and individuals, choose Cosmopolitan Health Insurance from our over 700 accredited health service providers nationwide. Call us on 0302 540 668 or 0501 678 547 for all your health insurance solutions. Cosmopolitan Health Insurance, your medical care is our concern.
I'm a branch manager. Of course, I accept only quality and affordable printed souvenirs for my promotional campaigns.
I'm the head of academic affairs of a very important institution in Ghana. Of course, we only deal with quality, reliable printing companies for our institution's printing materials. I'm talking about appointed time printing.
Appointed Time Printings. We take pride in our extensive print scope that transform your ideas into captivating visual masterpieces. We delve into the core objectives and vision of each print project. Precision printing is at the heart of our printing process as we meet your tight deadlines. Our rigorous inspection, color verification, and overall printing excellence are assured. 20 years of printing excellence. It's always a pleasure working with you to create a vibrant, dazzling printing experience that gives you a masterpiece. Appointed Time Printing, your world of quality and affordable printing.
Brush, 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 brush your teeth. Brush, 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 2 times a day. Brush with Kel-Kit.
Hello, my friends. My name is Kel-Kit Toothpaste.
Wow.
I was made to be gentle on your gum, but protected. I will protect your teeth from cavity, make your teeth whiter, stronger, keep your mouth fresh all day. And best of all, I'm strawberry flavored. So put on a smile and try me.
That's amazing.
Just try me. That's my job.
If you say so, jump on my brush. Makes your teeth stronger, chicky chicky whiter, chicky chicky stronger. Yay! You did it!
I'm glad you like your new toothpaste. Don't forget to brush both day and night.
Kel-Kit, happy smile.
Chechi woni nara mi din ede baby dapa me di ade sonko kra na ebremo nya ode to aduane mu ama waduane e dapa na me de bremo eno ene some spices de emu wa wo bebre o various flavors ubenya eya akoko ubenya nempie yedi gu jollof mu ma emu ye de ubenya yedi gu nkwan mu yedi gu froye mu ho na kope bito na ema waduane enye de unyimi nia yenkon yekonko tie nyankofo eka
Download your communication to me enjoy Uduba that Samu spices. One in the essence, don't fight. I'm going to get it. Samu spices in a Samu daddy so say. Samu spices. Mun Samu.
Samu spices. Nyama chicken.
Samu spices.
In Sanaka in Ketwa, measure 10 grams. You want chicken, spaghetti, garlic and ginger, stew, and jollof, and the flavors of Bebre.
Samu spices. Yes, Saka.
The festive season is here again, and your most preferred estate partner is giving you 25% discount on land sale. Yes, for our Bronya Asase promo, Estate Masters is offering this massive discount for outright purchases. This includes free indenture, free site plan, and a free site visit. So what are you waiting for? Rush now and secure a plot of land while it is still hot. Reach out to us using the numbers below or visit our website at www.estatemastersgh.com. Estate Masters, your most preferred estate partner.
Chicken, cow and chicken. He's back again, children. The children president is back, and I'm back for good. To God be the glory. Guess what? Now on Original TV and Metro TV, come for Westbrook. Something amazing is coming for you, children. You've been idle for nothing. Now you have something to do. The children president is back with Time with the Children President on Metro TV and Original TV. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel, Funny Face Official, and make sure you tune into Metro TV every weekend and Original TV as well. Your life will never be the same. You've been through a lot.
In every school, there is history.
In every homecoming, there is pride. But in 2025, pride became competition. From convoys that shook the streets to colors worn with honor, from powerful reunions to legacy projects that will stand forever. Metro TV asked one bold question: which school truly owned the legacy in 2025? Welcome to School's Homecoming 2025. Who is who? Send your school name, convoy videos, speech and prize giving highlights, and your 2025 legacy projects to 0550 090 702. School's Homecoming, my school, my pride. This event is sponsored by Zoom Lion and Appointed Time Printing. School's Homecoming 2025 is a Metro TV event supported by Original TV, Original 91.9 FM, and Metro Digital.
You're watching Good Morning Ghana on Metro Television. My name is Audu Moro. Now, this show is also live on 94.1 FM. It's the Monday edition. And as you have observed, Mondays, we don't do the all-female panel again. It's been revised and it's been reversed, basically. So you can see in the last few weeks that on Mondays, it's mixed, it's diverse. You can have, it's possible to have an all-female panel, but also possible to have an all-male panel, and it's possible to also have a lady and a gentleman. So this morning, I've been joined by a lady who is almost like a sister to me. She's somebody who I'm quite close to. She's one of the, I don't know whether I should be sharing these praises on her, because she'll take me on when I do. So let me just keep quiet. And I want to just be in my small corner. Don't shower all these compliments on me, so I won't. She's a very modest person. So I'll just say it as such. She's a member of the communications team of the MPP, but she's also, as she has perhaps publicly stated, she's a dyed-in-the-wool Dr. Bawumia fan and a supporter. So I'm talking about Laura Musa Saka. She's with us this morning. Good morning, my dear. How are you?
Good morning, Moro.
It's good to see you. Always.
Good to see you always.
Yeah, how are you?
I'm good. How are you too?
Charlie small. Alhamdulillah. And how's the family?
Alhamdulillah. Everyone is doing well.
Fine. Yeah.
Taking it a day at a time.
Yeah.
New week.
Yeah. I didn't see the soldiers today. The other day you came with some soldiers. 2 little soldiers.
They're in school.
Yeah, they're in school. Okay.
We came here because we were on vacation.
Right.
And they want to understand how this whole thing works.
Okay.
Because they always have to, when I'm on TV, they have to wake up early.
Okay.
So you can imagine the stress they give Aimedu. Aimedu has to negotiate with them.
Okay.
And there was this time...
Who's Aimedu?
Aimedu.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Yeah.
There was this time he called them and said, after elections, you have your mother. Unfortunately for him, after elections, he called again, come and see the argument.
Wow.
So, I mean, they've been quite, I mean, they are my strongest support system, I must admit.
Yeah.
Because looking at the hours we have to do, appear on these shows.
So typically, what time do you wake up if you have to come on the show? What time
I have
do you
to come on the show, typically 4:30.
4:30.
But they'll wake up around 5:30.
Okay. Of course, 4:30 you would pray afterwards,
Exactly.
and then you probably would shower.
You know how the body clock is. You're used to praying at dawn.
Whether I like it or not.
Yeah. So.
Yeah. I see. That's a tough one. Where do you live again?
East Legon Hills.
Yeah. That's a bit far, isn't it?
Well,
but when you're setting
it depends
off
on how
very early in the morning,
Interestingly, if I leave before 6:30, it takes me less than an hour.
Okay.
But if I leave even 6:31, it takes me more than an hour.
But it should
The
be good.
new school junction traffic lights.
It's crazy.
It's crazy. Traffic really builds up. But usually after 7, I think 7, the MTT, the officers are there, and that sometimes also can
helps.
Yeah, sometimes it does. Sometimes too, depending on how long they make one side move, it can be. But we've chosen to do this, and we have to do it well.
For God and
country, and I've explained to them, and they understand. So days that I'm not on TV and I don't have any early morning meeting, they can sleep till about 7 because their school is not far from where we live. So even if they wake up at 7, we'll still be in school before 8.
Wow. Yeah. I'm not surprised that you're able to get you on time. I mean, it's a 2025 brand new V8. It's a Lexus. So you should be able to drive as quickly as...
Moro, what did you say?
It's a RAV4 Lexus.
Which one is that?
RAV4 Lexus.
I don't even know what you're talking about. I don't even know what you're talking about. Where from this one?
Okay, don't worry. I won't tell the world.
Where from this one?
I won't tell the world what kind.
Hey, Moro. Oh, you want me to talk about yours?
Oh no, mine is.
Okay.
It's a very. It's a small Honda Civic. 2010 model. Anyway,
don't worry, I'll sit in it and take a picture, and you can put it in. Everyone.
Please, if you post anything out, it's fake news. These days with AI, you can create all kinds of things. Please. I've told you what I drive. I drive a Honda Civic. I'll take a picture of hers and put it up one of these days on the show.
And that won't be AI?
No. I won't do that. I won't do that. I need to sit here. When I talk, people must believe what I'm saying. So if I produce an AI generated pictures of your V8, of your 2024 model V8.
My what?
Why did you say Inshallah? So that it shall come to pass. I beg you.
Oh, Moro.
I beg she doesn't drive a V8. I beg you.
Moro.
I beg you. She doesn't drive a V8. Anyway, we're both Gonjas, so we're not playmates. But sometimes these things happen, You know how sometimes, when in fact, last
That's
week,
why I said that there's too much, nobody will win the battle of the sexes.
I know.
There's too much fraternization with the opposite sex. So it's fine.
Yeah, it's fine. Last week, the Sisala MP was here. And I asked him
Which one?
Sisala MP. He's called the name has escaped me.
Is he from Golu or is from Tumu?
I didn't ask him. Bataglia. Yes, Bataglia. Yes, that's his name. So I asked him to leave the studio. And he said, why? And I said, but why? Why? Me and you shouldn't be sitting here. He said, you're going German. I said, you're a Sisala man. Leave here.
That's a nice one.
But we resolved the issue.
When we were on the tour,
yes.
When we were on the tour, I think, was it Tumu?
Yes.
When I was introduced, I told them to get up. Because I can't be here. They are the reason why going to Wa is very expensive. Because, Chaco burning is not easy. The first time I saw Chinia, I was like, hey, it's a Salaman wearing white.
Where's Chinia?
He's around.
Oh,
it's like I saw Salaman wearing white. He wasn't sure where I was coming. I was just looking at him. I was like, how was this when the Salaman starts wearing white? He was wearing white.
Oh my God. That's a nice dig you've taken at him.
It makes it interesting. It tones down a lot of unnecessary tension and all that. Imagine a Sisala man and a Gonja man, a Gonja woman, or a Gonja woman and a Sisala man.
Thank you.
You have issues, they even sack you.
Thank you.
You can't have issues because you can't get angry.
But I'm sure there are such.
There are few.
There are few.
There are few. I have a brother who is married to a Gushi woman.
Oh, a Gushi
we have that with Gushis too. The granules chewing.
Yes. And I believe Chokosis.
I think Kotokolis. There are a couple
of them. Tribes, yeah.
And I saw her at the airport recently. I was sitting down. So I waited for her to pass. Then I called her back. Because one, you are Gushi. One, you are my brother's wife.
As a double trouble. Oh my God.
So these things, it just makes it fun.
All right. So you have a big event coming up.
Yeah.
on the 31st of this month. So
coming Saturday.
This coming Saturday. So it's just basically 5 days away, right? And
it's been long.
It's been long. It's been long in coming. Eh? You wish it was today.
I wish it was today.
Why? Why are you in a hurry?
I mean, there's no easy contest. I mean, the longer it takes, the more work you have to do. I mean, coming out of a major election, going into this one, barely, a little over a year, even though the decision was taken less than a year ago. It's a bit, there's a lot of work, but hopefully we are 5 days away. And
you know, there are. I'll ask you about the campaign. I mean, because a bird has just whispered in my ears that you are one of those who's working very hard to get Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia re-elected as the flag bearer of the party. So I'll ask you a bit more about his campaign. But you know, I have overheard some conversations about the timing of these elections. You know, when the party's national council decided that the party was going to go, was going to elect its flag bearer before it elects other party officers, it generated some mixed reaction.
Yeah.
There were some who were for the idea, and there were some who were against it. Now, I've heard some people say that when you consider, or given all the noise, and I'm using that in quote, that has characterized these elections, you're listening to what the aspirants have been saying in the back and forth, the vilifications and the intemperate language, the attacks, the insults, the opprobrium, etc. Perhaps it justifies, is beginning to increasingly make sense why the party decided to do an early Congress. Do you have any thoughts to share on this?
Well, our viewers should forgive me. Good morning to our viewers, and I heard you saying it's on a radio.
It's 94.1
so
radio.
Good morning to our listeners.
On radio as well.
And we can't be here if they are not watching or listening. But with regards to the decision to go for early primaries, I want to believe, by virtue of the conversations now, I'll be surprised if those who were even against it are against it now. Looking at what has gone on. We had, for 2024, we had primaries in 2023. The last leg, which was the main, we had a super delegates to trim the number from 10 to 5, and we had the final one in November. Definitely, after every contest, things would have been said, people would have been hurt, and some unity talks have to go on. So let's even assume that takes even 1 month. A party in government, other responsibilities. So technically, we had less than 1 year to convince Ghanaians to re-elect us into power in 2024. And it really took a serious toll on us, because majority of the people, apart from those at the polling station, constituency level, that were not directly part of government, majority of the people that had to move around, including our candidates, had other responsibilities to fulfill as government officials and government appointees. So our candidate, His Excellency Dr. Bawumia, was doubling up as vice president and as candidate for the New Patriotic Party. So that would definitely have a toll on even me, who wasn't in such a busy establishment. I had to leave on Friday after work, go into my region, come back Monday morning, straight to work. And that was the routine till 7 December 2024. So based on all these things, the Michael Quay, Professor Michael Quay committee, the report they came on, all these things were weighed before the decision was taken. And I believe that anybody who has been part of the process will agree with that decision now. Because look at how this whole thing is going. The outbursts, the name calling, all the things that are happening. Definitely we'll need some time to heal because it hasn't been the best. And we must be very frank about that. I can at least, and not because of my bias, and not because of the fact that I have publicly said, declared my support for Dr. Bawumia, but we'll give him some level of commendation for the way he's conducted himself as an aspirant. I mean, the others that have also done that, but the words, and even for followers of the various candidates, the banter, especially on social media, the fake news and all those things. So anybody who really wants us to really rebuild and come together as a formidable force to contest 2028 election should really be in favor of this decision.
Now, you know, again, I've been thinking, this whole reconciliation and healing process which the party intends to undertake very early enough, because it's foresaw, based on past experiences, that some of these developments, as you have rightly mentioned, are normal with internal politics, except that maybe this time it's gone a notch higher. Now, the healing and reconciliation process, is this something that time alone can deal with? So the elections are done on the 31st of January. And then I'm sure that what you call the conflict resolution committee or whatever they are, will get to work to try and bring all the aspirants together. Now, given the fact that the people who kicked against the top-bottom approach, I stand to be correct, but I think Ken wasn't comfortable with it. Kwabena Ejapon wasn't comfortable with it. I've not heard Dr. Brian Champon's view on this, and if he has expressed same, somebody can draw my attention to it. I have not heard Dr. Osei Edichum's opinion on what he makes of it. And again, if somebody has any whatever you can share with me. But I'm saying that given the fact that some of the aspirants have not been comfortable with the idea, and one of the reasons that they have raised as to why they are against it is a certain suspicion, whether it is grounded or not, that it's been done to favor Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. Whether it makes sense or not is another matter, but that's deep-seated suspicion that has been done to favor Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. So it's like ab initio, right from the get-go, there's a certain feeling that everything's been done to favor one candidate. Now, if that indeed is the case, if these internal elections are over, how possible can this reconciliation agenda materialize? Especially when those who, if they lose, would feel that, well, I've lost not because the delegates didn't want me, I've lost because the system has been skewed to favor somebody. So how can you genuinely trust such a person to forgive and forget, even if the person has 10 years, right? Even if the party has a lot of time to undertake this process of reconciliation, can the person genuinely accept the verdict or the outcome of the process based on that deep-seated feeling, which I'm sure the person has not abandoned, but all the same has decided that they want to be a part of this process? That is number one. Number two, Madam, the former chief of staff, what's her name?
Madam Fremont Parry.
Fremont Parry makes a very interesting comment when she was speaking at the Peace Pact, where she talks about the fact that one of the major problems that affected the NPP in the lead up to the 2024 elections was internal bickerings and internal divisions and so on, which was from the outcome of the internal elections. What clearly it means is that people are unforgiving when they lose the elections and they feel that they don't lose fairly. Do you honestly think that the argument about time would be enough to justify, or time for healing would be enough to justify why this election is going to be held early?
I mean, fundamentally, time heals all things. That's fundamental.
Yeah.
For anybody to say that things were being skewed in favor of Dr. Bawumia, then wouldn't have had that conversation on proxy voting, because Dr. Bawumia is for proxy voting. So if things are being skewed for him, why did we have that whole issue about proxy voting?
Right. In fact, I've heard some people who say the proxy voting, which is now scrapped, is going to affect Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia.
I, even personally, don't think that is right, with all the arguments that were advanced by our members in the diaspora, and having at the back of our minds that the numbers have increased, because now former executives, all other categories of members have some level of voting based on the decision we took at Legon, at the Legon Stadium, at the conference. So all these arguments were advanced. This election is taking place after Christmas, and usually that's around the time where diasporans come to. So all those arguments were advanced, but the decision was taken, and we all have to abide by it. When you, in your statement, you said when the National Council, the National Council is representative enough, and we all can't agree on the same thing. So to skew it and say that it was done to favor Dr. Bawumia, I believe he should have been lying in his bed by now, knowing that every delegate's vote is in his pocket, and not be crisscrossing the country and crisscrossing constituencies to speak to delegates, to appeal to delegates to re-elect him, if everything was skewed for his victory. I think that is not an argument we should be advancing as a democratic party. There are some decisions that will be taken that you don't agree with. There are some that you agree with. It's standard, it's normal. Right. But when you listen to the justification of an early presidential primaries or flag bearer primaries, I don't think it's far-fetched to agree that we need that time to be able to reach out to the Ghanaian voting populace to make our case.
Will the losing contestants forgive and forget and move on and genuinely campaign and not pretend to be campaigning?
In 2023, they signed a peace pact.
Except that it wasn't made public.
Yeah. They've signed it. So if you're a man of your word and you really have this party at heart, and you respect the decision of delegates, then I think we shouldn't have such a big issue going forward and rallying behind the candidates that delegates will choose. That's what I believe, and that's fundamentally what the values of the New Patriotic Party are enshrined in. We go for contest. Our contests are really heated. But when the delegates make a clear choice, it is imperative on all of us, whether we like it or not, to respect the decision of delegates and move along with it.
The chairman of the planning committee, that's the former first deputy speaker or second
Elections, Presidential Elections Committee.
Yes, chair. That's Jose Usu.
Yes, Honorable Jose Usu.
He has made a very, in fact, he's issued a very interesting caution to the aspirants. And he has said that if you are caught in the act of vote buying, you will be disqualified.
And that's standard EC modalities.
Okay, that's
true. The EC is the one going to run the election.
True.
The police are in charge of security. And remember, there was a meeting with security officer. The IGP himself was there. There were EC officials. There were representatives of all candidates, and there was the
now, the reason why I'm asking
elections committee.
Right. The reason why I'm asking this question is because we can't seem to agree on the definition of vote buying. Because and of course, subsequent to that is how the party and the Electoral Commission will be cracking the whip on that. If somebody comes to me, or if I go to some delegates and I go to a campaign, I sell my message and so on for them, and they tell me that, look, they want to go to the polling center to go and, to go and vote. But they don't have funds, they don't have cash to do that.
It's not only candidates that are getting those requests.
Yes, some people make all kinds of requests, right? And the aspirant decides to support them. Or even on the D-Day, you decide to buy them food and water to maybe your how do you call the people who, your agents, sorry. We have sat in this studio and many other media platforms and actually debated and split hairs over whether that constitutes vote buying or not. Okay, we've litigated over it several times. As in giving them food. No, not agents. Giving. Sometimes the agents actually go beyond. In fact, sometimes the aspirants will even give some of the people who queue to vote. We'll give them food because they will tell you that, well, somebody may have left their house or their home very early.
Which is understandable.
But some people, in fact, we've had some political science lecturers say that constitutes vote buying. We've had people from anti-corruption crusading, groups who are saying that constitutes vote buying and so on. So I'm saying that opinions have been sharply divided over what constitutes vote buying. So my point is that when Osechi Mensabosu, when Joe Weiss makes that comment, I'm wondering how practical.
Moro. One of the
be.
things that is discouraged is people taking pictures of their ballots.
Okay.
So they've gone to maybe make...
It's actually an offense.
It's an offense.
Yes,
so
it's an electoral offense.
Those ones... But let's also look at these things in the context of our culture.
Okay.
When someone comes into your house, the first thing you offer is water. Depending on the time the person stays, or depending on the reason why the person is in your house, food may follow. We have, and there's another reason why you don't have to be identified on election, and even for internal elections, you're not supposed to go to the voting center branded in your candidate's paraphernalia. So these things are things that we have debate over, like the agents. The agent is supposed to sit there from dawn because you have to be there for the ballots to be counted and all that. And what I've seen over the years being an agent for special voting and all that, most candidates come and they give everybody. They give the security. That is more like saying you don't even give the security or the EC food or water, because that will be compromising them, depending on who is giving them. But the extent to which you go to it is like saying, go and take a picture of your vote and come for an amount of money. That's already an offense.
Right.
But these are conversations we have to keep having. But I don't think that having people in a queue for quite some time and giving them water or giving them food necessarily, because most of the time, unless they've been in the queue for long, most of these things sometimes come even after they are done casting their ballots.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's a conversation that we can have and agree on what these things are, but we still have some clear ones of what to do and what not to do during an election. And that applies to internal elections
as well. Let me also say that we've been joined by Mr. Theophilos Jimega, one of the hard-working communicators of the NDC, and he's a private legal practitioner and also an engineer. It's I wish I had such a title. Engineer and a lawyer, two top professionals, and he's joined us this morning. Boss, good morning.
Good morning.
Always good to see you.
Yes. Before I say a proper good morning, let me say apologize for being late.
Right.
When I was called last night, I was told the program starts at 8.
Oh.
That is why I'm here just before 8. You know that for me and time.
Yes.
I don't joke with it. So your producer had to calm me down when I said you gave me wrong time. Because I've been in the office around you here before 6 o'clock.
Yes.
And apologies, it's not my nature.
You've been here before.
Yeah, that was the last one was the Nana Kunedu one, and you see the dynamics was different. So I specifically asked last night.
The time.
Yes, and said 8. So, but apologies, it's not my nature, you know. So good morning to your viewers.
Apology accepted.
Yes, and Happy New Year. And my sister, pleasure to meet you.
May 2026 be better.
Amen. Yes.
And I like your tie.
Thank you very much.
In solidarity to Manchester United.
I'm a Man U fan.
Thank you.
For a long time.
Why, and I like your blue.
Do you know why she's commending you for
Yes, I know where she's going to.
No.
Why?
She can't wait. You know, she's wearing a very nice shirt.
The red?
Yeah, looks really good on her.
Oh, yes. Moro. I'm just excited that my neighbors did right by us.
Moro, if you know really, those days, the red is associated with my people. The voter people. Because they say when you go to market, buy red.
Buy red.
The red doesn't fit.
Thank you.
All other colors will fit.
Thank you.
That's a good one.
That's what my people say.
Red never fits.
So is that why you support Man U?
Man U had been in my blood till yesterday. For the first time, I ate and I slept well. After, I mean,
Michael Carrick is happy.
I don't think we should maintain him, but I think that
really?
for now, no. I mean, he's a stopgap coach. Let's give him that. Let him perform.
I told you.
No.
Well,
look,
it's about results.
No. You can get all the results.
But the elite coaches finish.
You see, we need to take time.
Maybe go back for Mourinho. Go and take Mourinho.
Do proper assessment, have plans. Finally, I think the British have to agree that they don't have the money. They should offload part of the club to those who have oil money. Look at the number of players Man City just bought within 2 weeks.
I know.
And internal.
I know.
All those young guys, internal.
I know.
We are building our academy
top guys.
You know.
She's a Man City fan.
Our academy is also
the only reason why she's wearing this
is
because they say your enemy's enemy is your friend.
No, my neighbor. We are neighbors.
We are
neighbors.
They are noisy neighbors. Oh, okay.
She's happy for what Man U has done to us now.
Oh, okay.
Because now the gap has now been reduced to 4.
For some reason, I'm beginning to support Man City to overtake them.
Oh.
Yeah. You see, we love that history of saying that.
Their next season.
We love that history of saying
what
that.
has this season got to do with
the
it?
last time Man United, Arsenal won the cup, when Rooney was a teenager. And now he's a grandfather. And we want to be saying things like that.
But that's even more reason why you should allow them to win this time.
Then we have to wait for another history.
No. I mean, I think they've worked too hard. They've come very far.
I think they've blown it again.
They've blown it again, with 4 points.
You see, Arsene Wenger used to say something.
Yes.
When they see blood, they're able to go for it.
Yes.
But I think this current generation of Arsenal, they see blood and they run away.
They run away from it.
Yeah. They are not able to chase it. Yes.
Hey, this Arsenal matter. Yeah. At some point, we're leading by about 14 points or so.
Then all of a sudden.
Whilst we talk about Arsenal, let's talk about the defending champions who are walking alone. In fact, limping alone. Good morning to Chumbuafo.
Yes.
Liverpool. He told me I don't know anything about football. He's a Liverpool fan. Good morning to him.
He's a Liverpool fan, true. And I wonder if of late he's able to enjoy.
He's limping alone.
I don't know. I don't know what's gone wrong with Liverpool. I don't know.
They are COVID champions.
I think that Ancelotti.
Is it Asian players?
They are COVID
I don't
champions.
think Ancelotti is cut out for the job.
Cut out for the job,
I think he initially benefited for Jurgen Klopp's success.
Yeah.
Now you've seen his
a reality check.
Yes. Yeah.
Because the players don't seem to be playing for him.
No.
As they did for
Jurgen Klopp.
Under Jurgen Klopp.
But is he making them play for him?
Yeah.
Well, that's a very good question. Anyway, so we'll find some time and look at the Premiership. It won't be a bad conversation to have on Good Morning Ghana. But whilst you were preparing to join us, I don't know whether you had the opportunity to monitor some of the things that we're talking about. As you do know, it's a big day for. This Saturday is a big day for the NPP. The NPP is going to elect their standard bearer, their flag bearer. Loratu hasn't hidden the fact that she's a big supporter of Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, and she wishes that he's re-elected. But I just raised 3 issues, and I'll pick your thoughts on that I'll take your thoughts on that after the break. But the first issue I asked was whether, with all the keka, as we say it in our local parlance, keka happening within their party, it justifies the decision of the National Council to bring the election forward. Because one of the chief reasons why they did that was to enable the party to have sufficient time to build or to mend cracks and to bring the rank and to basically reconcile and to get the party to heal ahead of the 2028 election. That's one of the reasons. And of course, there's a second reason which doesn't readily come to mind, but it's actually one of the key reasons. Of course, the flag bearer will need more time to campaign as well, because 2028 for them is a do or die. Remember, the NPP has said that if they don't win the 2028 elections, some elements within the NPP have said, if they don't win the 2028 elections, they may be in opposition for 12 years. That's their biggest fear. And so for them, 2028 is a must win. So that was the first question I asked her. And then I asked her a follow-up question about whether time, the fact that time is enough to heal, because some of the aspirants right from day one suspect that the thing has been brought forward to favor a particular candidate. Here they say Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. It's a suspicion or it's a perception. Whether it makes sense or not is an entirely different conversation we can have, but there's a certain deep-seated suspicion and perception that it's been brought forward to favor Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. Now, will these persons who feel that way, if they lose, will they sincerely and genuinely come on board and help and to support the eventual winner? Will they do it? And she gave an answer and said, well, once you have signed a peace pact, that should be enough. You must be a man of your words, accept results, and come on board. And of course, I asked her about Joe Wise. That's the third question. Joe Wise is saying that, look, if you're caught in vote buying, you'll be disqualified. And I asked about the practicality or the practicability of that, because I asked, what constitutes vote buying? If I'm an aspirant and I take food to the polling center and I feed some of the, some of the, delegates, would that constitute vote buying? If I give people money, transportation, to transport from where they are, their homes to would that constitute vote buying? And so on and so forth. And she agrees with me, yes, and as much as we can't agree what constitutes vote buying, there are certain things that are so obvious. You go to a polling booth, you take a picture to go and prove that you voted for somebody, take money, that's when the party can crack the whip. If you also see him giving physical cash in an envelope to delegates, that the party can crack the whip. So that's where we got to whilst you were getting ready to sit. So we'll take a short break. When we come back, I'll pick your thoughts generally on the NPP's upcoming event, which is the presidential primaries. Please stay with us on Good Morning Ghana.
Are you a headmaster, headmistress, parent, teacher, or an educator looking for high-quality textbooks for preschool, primary, and junior high school students? Look no further than Advocate Publishing Company. Advocate Publishing Company is a leading publisher of educational materials in Ghana that publishes very engaging, interactive, and comprehensive textbooks that meet the needs of students, teachers, and parents. Our textbooks are thoroughly published to make learning fun and easy. They are also designed to stimulate critical thinking, problem solving, and creativity in students. Make Advocate Publishing your preferred choice for all your educational needs. Explore our range of textbooks and educational resources. Visit us at the old GNTC yard near Kingsway, Accra. You can contact us on 0503 786 776 or 02408 06354, also 0531 600360, and connect with us on Instagram, X, and Facebook at Advo Publishing. Don't settle for less. Choose the best. Advocate Publishing Company, empowering young minds one textbook at a time. Thinking publishing, think Advocate Publishing.
Yes, next. Hey, Nadia Benson.
Me didn't tum. Mr. Femi Kalika, just call me cockroach.
Now, Mr. Femi once now.
Hey, is that you? Improve car. Yeah. Captain Mosquito, double the action. Me did Sasso spray. Mr. Femi Sasso quell. Yeah, go to my Sasso.
Tum preko.
In my line of work, a confident smile is everything. Kel Charcoal Toothpaste keeps me on top of my game and ensures my smile is always radiant and bright.
With the tiring nature of my job, we spend several hours under the scorching sun. To keep our teeth white and our breath fresh all the time, we use none other than Kel Charcoal Toothpaste. Kel Charcoal Toothpaste. You're on a Kessie and in a kit one.
Samayo Kendini, a who be here, Semetra Sapapadia to a mammy man for Kel Charcoal's natural ingredients, and a bomb is so buying, a man is swing, and a sansu mama hotel so a will beg you.
Kel Charcoal Toothpaste. Choose Kel Charcoal Toothpaste for anti-cavity, whiter teeth, and fresher breath all day. Available in 80 gram and 150 gram. Grab yours today.
Kel, happy smile. This advert is FDA approved.
Welcome to Rehoboth Havens Ayumensa, making home ownership simple and achievable for Ghanaians at home and abroad, starting from just 675,000 Ghana cedis. Situated within the serene hills of Ayumensa Danfa, Rehoboth Havens offers breathtaking views of the Pediasi Ebri Mountains. Here, we provide a peaceful environment meticulously designed for modern living. This is more than just a house, it's a lifestyle. Rehoboth Havens is a secure gated community featuring beautifully landscaped surroundings, a dedicated recreational center, unmatched comfort, safety, and peace of mind. For many Ghanaians living abroad, owning a property back home can feel like a distant dream. At Rehoboth Havens, we believe everyone deserves a place to call their own, a space for family, a lasting legacy, and a smart investment for the future. We offer spacious 2, 3, and 4-bedroom homes, move-in ready and designed for modern living. Don't wait. Secure your future today. Call us on 0553 751 933 or 0206 823 524 or 0244 764 499. Rehoboth Social Housing. Your housing dream becomes reality.
Zoomlion Private Services Limited, your waste management expert.
One of the most innovative aspects of our business is our commitment to adopting cutting-edge technologies and sustainable practices in the waste management industry. We have invested in modern waste collection trucks, digital payment systems. We have also implemented efficient waste segregation systems and also developed strategic partnerships with our various stakeholders in the waste management value chain. I can talk about our innovative approach that enables us to reduce waste disposal costs, also minimize our environmental impact, and provide our clients with seamless customer service experience. We are the waste management experts.
We are the number one. The 15th Gold Bond RTP Awards 2025 is here. The prestigious award is slated for Saturday, 7th February 2026 at the Accra National Conference Center. Red carpet starts at 6 p.m. The event will also award the top 10 most performed public company CEOs of 2025 with lots of artists performing on the night. The 15th Gold Bond RTP Awards is powered by Big Events Ghana and sponsored by Gold Bond, Visa Kin, RTP Media Training Institute, RTP Skills Development Institute, RTP Mall, AgriFet Ghana, CocoFit, Knee Fashion, Coco Trade Ghana, Ride Along, A to Z Auto Services, and Specialized Mineral Water.
For more Awudu to win the Best TV Current Affairs Show Host of the Year award, dial *920*111# and enter nominee code 175 to vote.
You're live on Good Morning Ghana on Metro Television. I'm here with Laura Tusaka. She's a member of the MPP's communications team. So Laura Tusaka, she's a member of the MPP's communications team, and also a Bamia fan, Dr. Mahmoud Bamia fan, a supporter. Also here with us is Mr. Theophilus Jimega Esquire. Esquire, clearly indicating that he's a lawyer and also an engineer. So Engineer Theophilus Jimega
He likes
Esquire, that's what they should read. Yes, he is a member of the NDC's communication, one of the hardworking, solid communicators of the NDC. You know, you're one of the people who have always wondered why you're not in government. I've always wondered why. Something doesn't add up.
This question is always a difficult question for them.
Yes.
Because when I tell you that one, I'm like, hey, how?
Professor Benedicta.
Yes. She sometimes pairs with Loretta. She's still lecturing, isn't she?
Yeah, she was. I think recently she was even. There was an announcement of a board, and it turns out that it wasn't even true.
Oh, that's a more.
No. So
what?
And when you ask them the question, it's a very tricky question.
Yeah. Well, you don't know what goes in, so you just have to hold on to it. Yeah.
Anyway, would have maybe that conversation some other time. So I hope you got the 3 issues that I raised.
Yes, I got them right. And again, good morning to your viewers and those online. And I just got a message from somebody in the UK about the program. So I know you go very far. Yes, ideally, it would have been Diufi Asem, ideally. But you see, this is, as we describe it, a government in waiting. Once you are in opposition and you are the biggest opposition, you are the government in waiting. So all of us will have to be interested in whatever goes on there. And also by the rules of war, you need to know what your opponent is capable of doing. So we all have to know what our opponent is doing. The justification to bring the election forward, as you said. Yes. You see,
can I add one more justification why we should be encouraged to participate in the conversation what's happening in the NDC?
Yes, you can add one more.
Because you and I are sticklers for multi-party democracy.
Yes.
And if we want to build and improve our multi-party democracy, what it means is that we must be contributing to the success and the survival of the other political parties.
Exactly.
So,
it's very important.
Yes, that's very
and
important.
Even I don't know whether EC still does it. They used to give pickups and cars to the political parties.
Yes, yeah. I don't know whether
that was President Kufuor's time.
No, it was before Kufuor even.
Really?
Yes.
I doubt if they've been doing that now.
Yes, they do.
Because I remember his time, there were some pickups.
The very small cars, be like Pajeros were giving Julian Rawlings, then the pickups, like Fiat sort of vehicles.
They've stopped.
Yes.
The people, they're thinking about themselves. They
used this for a long time.
So that's where our conversation must go as well. We must all be interested in what goes on in that. In fact, the lawyers will say multitude of suspicion does not add up to evidence. So whether you suspect that the bringing forward of the election is supposed to help one person or not, once you don't have grounding, again, not everything that is legal counts. Not everything that counts is legal. So once you don't have a grounding, we assume that the party was taking the decision in good faith, and we all abide by, and we all conform and move on. However, let me combine. I don't know whether that was the second thing you were asking, whether or not time will be enough to heal.
Yeah.
You see, you might have already seen the cracks from the beginning. My worry, however, is if the positions the people have taken is so strong that nothing can move them, and already the party had been complaining, which I don't believe is the truth, that over 1.something million of their voters didn't turn out to vote for them. And if we have such a situation, and we are not going to have a situation where a group of people will be so much hurt and bitter that they might not take part in campaign, and they might not encourage others to campaign, that will make the number, the 1.5 million plus worse.
Okay.
That is a certainty. However, the other bit is that when the flag bearer is elected, depending on the strategy he uses, look, this was a political party that sacked their chairman, national chairman, sacked their vice chairman, sacked the general secretary, went on to win election. There are some people in terms of work that will just get the job done, leave things behind them, and later use broom to sweep those ones. There are some who want to get the job done very well, that along the way as they are moving, they want to do it diligently, not to hurt anybody until they get the job done. So depending on the strategy whoever emerges as the flag bearer will use, he might decide to say that, hey, I'm going to just keep everybody in line, whether you like it or not, fall off. If you like, come online, let's go ahead. Even if there are two people, I'm going to work anyway. Or he's going to use maybe half the time trying to build bridges, trying to get people back to his side, etc. By the time that is done, whether there will be enough time to actually campaign for his real vision is another thing. So these are the two things that will be confronting whoever will be the winner. Time. Yes, that's one of the reasons they gave, that it will allow for healing. You see, there's another part that came up when this proposal was up, that if the current executives elect the flag bearer, and you go to elect the grassroots or the polling station executives, and those guys lose out, what happens? Are you going to say that, hey, we elected this man before you guys came in, so just follow and let's get on? What if those guys that will be elected were actually of the view that a different person would have been better for them? That will also mean that their inputs and attitude to work will be slow. There will be some who will say, hey, the party has elected already, let's move on, let's get the job done. So those are issues that they will grapple with going forward. Then also when they're going to elect the polling station executive, some will say that, oh, we help you to get elected. So this is your time to help us also get elected as the polling station. If that doesn't happen as well, that will bring, and if that is happening, and those who are also marking time to join and are seeing this thing, so no matter how you look at it, I don't think there will be enough time for healing. But it depends on the strategy the flag bearer is going to use. Whether he's going to say, let me whip everybody in line, whether you like it or not, even if there are two, we'll work with them. Or let me try and yield to everybody. And by the time we are done, maybe the numbers will be good and we'll win properly.
But you've raised a very important, I've not thought about it this way, that the delegates who are electing, or some of the delegates who are electing Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, but yeah, I mean, he's a front runner, yes. Really. I mean, quite clearly.
Except, he's a man to beat. If you watch prophecies too, he's not a front runner. Okay, no,
so there's a clash between prophecy and science. Anyway, so the delegates that will be electing the next flag bearer, may not be there.
Not all of them.
Before the end of this year.
Exactly.
When the party goes to post to elect their party officers.
Exactly.
Your fear is that, not even your fear, but your projection is that some of these delegates or some of these party officers who may be voted after the standard bearer of the flag bearer has been elected may not be as committed to basically help the party win, because they'll say, well, we didn't produce this flag bearer. Right?
Yeah.
We are an after the fact party officers.
Yeah.
So we may not be that committed. As against if the party officers were elected ahead of the election of the flag bearer. Then they'll say, well, we produced them.
Yeah.
So they're going to go all out to campaign for that flag bearer. That's a very interesting
You see, if you listen to Samia Wuku, I think I saw a video of him complaining that...
the proxy voting.
Yes, the proxy voting.
Yes.
He also made a point that if the diaspora, let's say UK and Ireland, they ask my sister here, go and vote for Mr. A.
Yes.
There's no guarantee that my sister will enter the box and vote for Mr. A anyway.
That's true.
Okay, so already he has raised an issue of the fact that what we might produce might not be what the people who have sent you to go and produce will be producing.
To buttress the earlier point that you made.
So again, there could be situations where the constituency might meet, executive might meet to say we are going this way if we can. Not everybody will kowtow to that. So then all this begin to unravel later. It can be, you see, our politics can be very funny. Not only in Ghana. The year Gordon Brown lost, he had his mic on, spoke to a woman, and he asked the people in his car, who allow me to meet such a bigot. The lady made a bigotry statement, okay? And the mics all pick it. He had to drive over 100 miles back to meet the woman and apologize. But then the opposition picked it that they say one thing in public, they say a different thing in private. So you will see that the politics did not actually at that time talk about the policies, the issues, but it has now come back to one person, that one woman, that was described as a bigot. So the same way in our politics locally, someone will say, you even meet the person. Maybe that time something happened, you couldn't smile. Have you noticed he never smiled at me? He smiled at everybody. All this come into play. So the idea of the fact that there is somebody who is not in favor of maybe a Ken, a Bawumia, or a Brian, but those who were elected will say, oh, come on, this is not what we would have done. In any case, it doesn't also mean that if the person was there, the other person they wanted to be elected might be the one they will get.
That's also a fact.
But they won't look at it that way. They'll look at, if we were there, this is what we would have looked at. So it's one thing the party must pay attention to. And added to that is the fact that when that election is about to take place or is going to take place, those in now might be expecting those they helped to become the flag bearer or who campaign on the ticket that get the flag bearer for us to come in and support them to retain their polling station constituency and regional executive positions.
But that's how policy has always been anyway.
Yes.
It's a scratch my back.
Good. If that does, but you see, previously, you build the base to elect you.
Yes.
Now you have been elected. Are you going to build the base? So now if you are coming back to build the base, it's likely that someone who is also trotting to enter the field will not be the one you are going to support because he wasn't there who scratched your back.
And can you even tell if the person who is telling you that I helped you?
No, you can't.
You can't tell.
You are just going to assume. You see.
That the person voted for you.
Yes, that's it. That is why people were saying that they were electing the flag bearer now for the flag bearer to help maintain those who were already there. That is one of the things we need to contend with.
But that's not guaranteed.
No.
It's not guaranteed.
And as I said, our politics is not about guarantee. It's all local. If it were about guarantee, Moro, you would have been a polling station executive. But we have people, with all apologies to them, that do not understand macroeconomics, and they are the ones going to elect people who talk about macroeconomy. Unfortunately, they have their own roles to play, but that's how our politics has been. So the idea about the first rule about how the politics work down there would depend largely on the leadership skills and qualities of the leader that will be elected, and his ability to manage even to the lowest level. Not his ability to manage macro. His ability to see that the macro is managed well, that the micro stays stable. That will be one big thing for the party going into the election. So I
foresee from what you're saying that there would be a lot of pressure and the eventual winner will be burdened with the responsibility of giving back to persons who claim they voted for him.
Giving back to all, they all voted for the person. It's going to be that
every delegate will say I voted for you.
Everybody delegates, yes.
So help maintain me.
Yes, there. Yes. After Kennedy said the place there was, he went somewhere and the person who even prayed that constituency he got 0. we even prayed.
There's context to that. He was driving home a certain point.
But anybody he meets says I vote.
Yeah, he was driving home a certain point. I mean, his point was his point was that he was cheated. And that's the point I was trying to make.
Yes. So anyway. The next one is you were talking about would they come on board despite the peace pact?
Yes.
With all respect to the parties, I think my party is included. I think the peace pact is as useless as the paper in which it is written.
Tell me why.
Number one, if the person loses and decides to move away and says, I'm going to form my own political party, what will be the sanction you are going to give the person?
You sack the person.
The person has formed his own political party, so by construction, the person has sacked himself.
Yes, but officially, the party would have to announce.
You don't need to.
I mean, the person is dismissed.
You don't have. Maybe I stand to be corrected.
In the case of Alan,
they have
I don't think the party.
Alan. That's exactly what I'm coming to.
Yes.
Whether they've written to Alan.
It's automatic forfeiture.
It's automatic forfeiture.
Okay.
The person goes. So what happens? And the person is going to campaign and use words and use resources and pick your people, etc. What are you going to do about it? What are you going to do about it? So for me, the peace pact is not something that will really tie anyone down. Maybe for the optics. Maybe for us to say that, oh, you even sign and you are behaving this way. And if such a scenario ever comes and you take somebody who has signed the peace pact to a meeting and say, but bro, you signed this, that will even annoy the person more. The person will tell you that there was a responsibility on you to have done ABC, which you might not have done and done properly. That's why I'm also taking EFD level. So then that will escalate situation. So for me, generally, I mean, NDC, we also sign. I've contested primaries before. We sign. And I ask myself, I mean, to the extent that there was a constituency I knew, they even produced documents for the aspirants that if you win, X percentage of your parliamentary allowance or salary will come to develop the constituency.
That's a new one.
Okay, I've seen on a platform before. Then I ask myself, when I haven't read it, I ask myself, Are you serious? What are you going to do with it? I take 10 cedis, and you're asking me maybe every month I give you 1 cedi. So what if at the end of the month I even need 1 cedi more? Which one am I going to give you? Take yours again. So some of these parts is only for the optics. And truth be told, if those guys had not signed it, we look at the fallout from the signing. Sami talked about how Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia was feeling. Kennedy spoke about the fact that 3 PhD holders signed without reading what it was. Kennedy talked about the fact that Brian signed his position. Brian also made another statement about how, do you think they really paid attention? Granted, let's assume that what they said that 3 PhD holders signed without reading. So what is in there? That tells you, assuming that's the truth, that tells you the importance, even the flag bearer aspirants attached to the document. Because ideally you would have gone through to have said that, can we, or they might have done this backstage to say, we are sending you all this.
Given to them before.
We are sending you all this, go through, do this one, do that.
It was given to them 3 days before the
Yes, but
D-Day.
the end is that when you get there,
you still must
cross-check if that is what you were given. So the idea about peace pact, with all respect to the political parties, I think that the idea about let the candidates know what they are entering into, the value. If you remember Jerry Rawlings, may God bless his soul, once said that if we are behaving this way in internal politics, how do you expect people to behave in external politics? That's the sort of thing we need to do. So that when you go and you lose fair and square. Then you are at home. You tell your people, but we did this. They also did this for us. So it's okay. But when you begin to see that there is a barrier or the ground is being prepared to favor one particular candidate, etc., then the resentment will build until after the election. What is going to happen is that if somebody was hoping to win strongly, maybe by all the polls, he's either second or third, and he doesn't win and he wants to move on, largely, he might not get everybody who supported him to win, to move on. He might, however, get certain people to move on with him. He might get certain people to also become dormant. Those are realities on the ground. So the peace pact, I think that the better part of it is the constant communication between the candidates and maybe a peace committee to find out if they are having issues and how those issues are being resolved quickly. That at the end, when you lose, you can say, I've lost fairly. The loss was a fair one, so let's move on, let's join. Or you could say that my energy is depleted now. I would like to be a backbencher and also help. Now, you were asking about vote buying. My sister went around it nicely using agents, etc., feeding. No, that's not what we are talking about. That's not what we are talking about. When you listen to delegates, they tell you this is our cocoa season. It is not about the food they will eat that day. They tell you this is our cocoa season. Then they tell you that when TK Jimega came, he gave us 200. You are coming and you are giving us 50 cedis. Are you serious? Some will tell you in your face, and some will make it such that someone will come and tell you. So you have to top up. That's the sort of thing they are talking about. Then, in that instance, even you are saying that, okay, I wasted their time to come and meet me, talk to them, so I'm giving 50-50 for their transport and whatever. But just as on the eve of the election, goods are sent to delegates. Money is sent to delegates. Even on the day of election, people are met just before they reach the place, they are camped, and they are giving monies, and they are told that when you go, it is the number 1, number 2, number 3 you need to vote for. That is what is known as the vote buying. You see, the difficulty in ever enforcing any sanction is that the ability of the one who received, whose vote was bought, to be able to tell you that my vote was bought.
Right.
That will not happen. I don't see you going to my holy village, Royal Sebedem in Hogwe, give the people 200, when the person might not have, for the past 6 months, held 200 cedis in his or her hand. Then you want the person to keep the 200 cedis as exhibit or evidence and come back a week or two later to come and tell you that my vote was bought for 200 cedis and this is it.
But must the recipient admit or confess that I received 200 or X amount of money from an aspirant?
My brother is saying is actually the recipient making a request.
Not necessarily.
From what you say.
No, not necessarily.
Not necessarily. What I mean is that.
I mean, for me,
assuming you are,
the analogy he gave.
Assuming you are Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia's rep in my village.
Yes.
Then 2,000 was sent to you, and there are 10 delegates.
Yes.
And you go around and you say, have 200, have 200, have 200. We are to use it to. This is from Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. It is supposed to be used for us, so let's vote for him. This is his appreciation that you are going to vote for him.
That's where he's coming from, yeah.
Then after that, someone gets wind of it and now calls Kojo Mensah to say, oh, we heard that Madam was around and gave you 200 cedis. We need that to make a case against Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. Do you think Kojo Mensah will come?
But you see, my brother, some of these things, too, like you clearly get them, like we're talking about the voting centers, the polling stations. That's exactly where some of these things can be clearly defined. So these transactions between people behind the scenes, that's, like you said, they will not be ready to come and say, because the person wanted what they asked for, or they didn't reject what you gave them. Like as we're going for this, you'll be there, someone will send you a message, I need transportation to go and vote. Can you clearly define it as, for, they ask you transportation because of where you sit. Maybe the person genuinely doesn't have transportation to go and vote, but they want to go and vote. So some of these things are dicey. But if we bring it to the polling center, the polling stations, that you see people, that one, we are all there, we see the police is there, the EC is there. They should be able to.
You see, that's what I'm saying. That's what Laura. That's what I'm saying.
Deal with it.
That's what I'm saying. That the schools of thoughts are many as to what truly defines
vote buying.
Because I've also heard some people say that when you are aspiring to a certain party office or aspiring to whatever party position, you have no business funding people's transportation. You have no business giving people water. You have no business giving people food. Because all of those things, depending on the person's socioeconomic status, can influence them. If I'm a very, very hungry delegate, food can influence me or can induce me. So I'm saying that I think it's perspectives. But you talked about the timing of financial inducements. Now, some happens, and you're right, some happens during the voting. So I'm in a queue, somebody passes by and drops something with me. It may be captured or not. Some, as you also rightly mentioned, happens the night before. And we've seen instances where hair dryers and television sets, all kinds of things, refrigerators and, air conditions and so on, motorbikes are distributed on the eve of the elections. Okay? But the truth also of the matter is that the recipient or the beneficiary of those handouts don't tend to.
Who's more like the witness?
Yes, don't tend to admit and confess that, I was given this one
even on the
with
day,
the intention of voting a certain direction.
On the day of the election, when you meet people there, giving them money.
No, but of course, we've also had a few occasions. We've seen some videos where somebody says, "Oh, Esimesi has given me this money, or You saw that video. I think it must have been last year or 2 years ago or so, or that was in 2020. But those are few and far between. But oftentimes,
some also go and ask for their money. Some also go and ask for some aspirants go and ask for their money.
In fact, I'm told
some go and ask for their items.
I'm told in most cases they demand. They demand. How they do it, I don't know.
The delegates.
Yes.
They vote. Yes. That's what I'm talking about. Yes.
Also, oftentimes they demand.
Yes. That's what I'm saying. That they tell you.
They demand.
Ken was here and gave us 200. You are here giving us 50. What are you talking about? You are not serious.
Do you really want to win?
So Laura.
And he is just giving you, look, Moro, you know, if you, I believe that.
No, anyway, she's been campaigning all her life.
I believe that if you want to lead, right, if you want me to come and serve you, I don't see why I should come and pay you to serve you.
Ideally, yes.
Ideally. That's the ideal situation.
Yes.
Look, my father went for prime minister in 2004. That was my first hand experience of people twisting hands.
Wow.
Look, we went to a certain electoral area the night before. We spoke to them. They asked for transportation. We made arrangements for the transportation. The following morning, we were trying to contact them because apparently the transportation they had asked was not transportation. You were supposed to give them the money. The following morning, we got to the polling center. They were already there. And the cars we sent went exactly. Someone did better than you did. You know, we laugh over some of these things, but if we don't start talking about them, and for me, that's one thing that discourages me from elective politics. It can be very draining. Look at how tired our candidates become, and you think that the person wins. And you think they will be same as, because you've already drained them. So my brother is saying, there's a pact that brings 25% of your earnings. I mean, this is an agreement. And you can't refuse to sign it. That means at that time, you can't. That is what is going to make it. Sometimes, you know, ambition can be funny sometimes. There are some who say, okay, I can't do it. Take it. But there are some. It's like they look at how much they spent, they are at the finish line, and the 25% agreement is what is going to stop them from making. So these are conversations we need to be having.
So from everything the two of you have said, then it means that it's an electoral practice that we cannot nip in the bud.
It will take some time. It will take all of us deciding.
Practical difficulties,
No, I think
it will take all of us deciding
because we're having this conversation based on what Joe Osei-Owusu has said, where he has cautioned aspirants that if you are caught in the act of vote buying, you'll be disqualified.
No.
The catchphrase is what?
You will be disqualified.
No,
if
the caught.
She said that they will ask you, do you want to win?
Yes.
They said they will ask you, do you want to win?
Want to win.
Secondly. Moro, you were here when Paula
You've contested before, right?
Paula Foucault, etc. were Legon issue.
The money in the boot.
Exactly. I mean, if you also use the word if you are caught, let's assume that the if clause is achieved, you are caught.
Yes.
The aspirant can deny ever telling you to go and buy vote for him. Where lies that?
Because so you see, because you won't see the aspirants directly giving the money or the inducement to
there are sometimes that people are made to swear by the Bible, swear by the Quran, swear with whatever they believe in.
You see,
it's a conversation that we need to be frank about. It's a conversation that I was part of some regional level election, and people had to go for loans.
Wow.
To sort out delegates.
Yeah.
It made me sad. But then you sit down and wonder, they want to win. That is what comes with the win. But until we get to that point where we all decide that we are not going to do these things, and that is where the problem is. If that is what is bringing victory and the person wants to win, it's dicey.
And apparently, you know, Laura and I were talking off air before we came on. I was telling me that look, sometimes the last minute things that some politicians do actually is almost like 5 times whatever expenditure they may have incurred even during their campaign. When they go out there and they meet people and they give them something small. So for instance, if you go and you meet delegates and give them 50 Ghana cedis for making time to come and listen to you, on the D-Day, you may be given as much as 500 Ghana cedis. That's 10 times.
Maybe for your viewers.
On the D-Day.
Maybe for your viewers, but for me, it's no news. Yes. Maybe
No, he's giving you the practical.
Yes, I'm giving you
D-Day
practical.
operations.
Yes.
D-Day operations budget is usually more than what you spend throughout your campaign.
Throughout the campaign.
And it's very competitive.
Yes. And I said she used an expression. Do you want to win?
That's the question you'll be asked.
They will ask you.
So,
okay, and someone tells you that, hey, look, this is the thing that will move you to that level. Wherever the money is, go get it. And also, as you are looking at now, there will be people who are now pitching camp, who are quite rich, or who have the money now, will be saying, having listened to this level, I think that Mahmoud Bawumia, doctor, might take it. So, Charlie, let me go drop some 100,000 there. I think that Ken might win it. So, let me go drop 100,000 there.
These are passive financiers.
Yeah, so towards the end, when the ground is no more so much topsy-turvy, then some financiers are now coming out to say, I take some 100,000, take 1 million and add to it, because they also know that is what matters most. And my senior brother, Paul Binga, is a lecturer at St. Francis College of Education. He says that sometimes people are so fickle-minded that they forget all you have done until the last day. So what you are saying, it isn't that your expectation, your expenditure for the last day is that you want to. But the people have forgotten you have ever visited them.
Last day.
Look, all this, they have gone round. I mean, pick certain constituencies and ask them. They might not tell you how Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia looked like when he came to address them. How Kennedy Agyapong came when they were not there for whatever he came to talk about. They came to take their 200 or 100 and they are gone. They are waiting for tomorrow. And you see, it is not like it's just the MPP primaries that is bringing this out. We have been like that for a while. We have been like that. You see, and if you read this man's book, he gave me an autographed copy, Professor Lumumba's book. He itemized it that he campaigned throughout his village and his opponent came in the night or the morning and gave money and won the election. and he's a professor. So it isn't just a Ghana problem, I would say.
It's across.
Yes. It isn't just a Ghana problem. So the idea
but Theophilus,
yes.
What kind of people are we? And I want us to end this conversation with
Very
this question.
religious people.
What kind of people are we who say, give us money, we will vote for you? Now, how the person who is giving you the money gets their money, you don't care. Where they get the money from, you don't care. But you give us the money. When you give us the money, we'll vote for you. Well, ostensibly. Now, when we vote for you and you come to power, the same people will then will be upset with you that there have been acts of corruption happening within your own party. And then the same people say they are angry with you, and so they'll vote you out. I don't know, you get the point I'm making.
Yes, and not you have omitted one part.
Okay.
They don't ask only you.
Yes. All the people who come to them.
To vote for them.
All the people who come to them.
Yes, they ask all that will vote for all. I remember growing up, I read an article or the book One Man, One Vote, where the guy went to meet the delegates and made them swear. They swore that, as he's saying, and not today that religion has eroded a lot of our fears. So when one of the guys who took money from both
like
sides,
that statement.
yes, when one of the guys who reached the ballot box, and those days the ballot boxes were not one like we have today. They will have like several ballot boxes for everybody. So he got there and realized that he's taking money from both, and he swore to both. He tore his ballot paper and put one here and put one here.
Take yours.
Take yours and yes.
Simple.
See, simple. But that is on the funny side of it. I don't see this changing today. I don't see it tomorrow. So again, that is why I
is it poverty or mindset?
No, there are a lot of things that go in. People say when you are elected, nobody comes back to to ever talk to us. That's why I say that our politics is not just about the policies, etc. It has a lot of minefield you need to navigate. Now, these days, I've seen that a lot of MPs have constituency offices, and I think a lot of them spend time now in the constituencies because things are changing. Maybe with time, when people begin to see what the interaction with the MPs, some of these things will go down, because someone will come with all the money, but they will say, well, as for this guy, for the fact that he's always... Look, one of the men who voted for me told me that my children even didn't call me on Father's Day, but you call me on Father's Day, so I'll vote for you.
Those little things.
Wow. Okay. So that interaction was enough for him. He called me. He said, even my children never call me on Father's Day, but you call me on Father's Day to wish me happy Father's Day. So you see that if the MPs continue the interaction with people now, someone will come with all the sacks of money, but somebody will say, as for this MP, he's always there. If you go to his office and he's not there, someone will take the message and he will call you back. I am okay with that. So let's deal with such an interaction. So maybe I drive through Adenta, I see that of Abu Ramadan. Go to Hawaii, I see that of Olanjo Chepo. I see a lot of MPs having constituency, MPs' offices in their constituencies. If they utilize it, this will come down a bit. I also feel that the days where all the, for example, if the Constitutional Review Committee's input of recommendation of no MP, no minister situation, that will also reduce a number of things. There are a few other things to do, but to use OSP, to use any corruption body, to use party whip.
It won't work.
Never.
No, but fundamentally, Moro, it also has to be continuous education. Because you see,
really educating enough.
Moro, it's like a flip. People used to vote people based on what they can offer them. Then we got to a point where they were complaining that when we vote for them and they come to Accra, we don't see them till there's another contest. So whatever they have for us, let's take it. And human being and greed sets in. Like my brother is saying, it's sort of like going back. Even aspirants now have offices within, or they make avenues for people contacting them available. It's continuous education. Because not knowing where the money you are taking from comes is no longer a factor. It's like our morals have decayed so much to the point where people are now looked at. How smart you are now depends on how much you can pay.
Right.
How valuable your voice is depends on how much you can pay. Else, why will even money be an issue in an MPP primaries? A party that is built on ideas and development. How does money become a conversation? That is where we are getting, and we all need to reorient ourselves and going, what are we here for?
Yeah.
We are indefinitely, there are still people who vote based on conscience, but they've become the minority. Now, doing right is not cool.
Yeah.
How you can beat the system shows how smart you are. And all those things are things that don't only apply to just politicians. It applies to us all as citizenry. You know, because you insisting that someone gives you money before, when you know deep within you that, okay, this is the person that can serve the purpose that we are looking at. So those are the conversations we need to be having. And that's why I'll say continuous education, not in the sense of academic stuff, but amongst us. We talk about these things. More, the conversations we have behind the scenes, if we're actually having those conversations on air, and frankly, I don't think most of the problems that we are having will be facing them. And those are the things that we need to be saying, but we are there.
No, because you see this.
You know, that's one of the conversation. That's one of the reasons that brought the conversation of party financing, which was not so popular. You know, those starter buses that my Tata pickups that my brother is talking about. I remember very well. It was President Kufuor's regime that gave it to the political parties. It had happened before. But that conversation came up strongly during President Kufuor's time because of all those conversations on all those issues started. Now we've gone so far that everything is now money. And it's making us really poor. Because if all we have is money, then we are really poor. So we need to look. Moro, now you go to a place while you tip someone, how you dress. So you end up having people who ideally shouldn't have a pass to a place because of what they are driving and how they are dressed. They make yes, you have to be decent. But that is where we've come to as a country. We have to start reorienting ourselves, especially the younger ones coming up. Because how is it that even student elections, someone is sending you messages to go and talk to someone, it's become so expensive, even at the student level.
And two things. The money factor has deprived this country of some otherwise very fine brains, Theophilos. Very fine brains, fantastic brains. But the money factor has become a barrier. And so we're not able to benefit from whatever ideas or whatever plans or vision they have for this country, But is it the case that money, it's all that does the trick? And I'm asking this because, so for instance, today, you look at the 5 contestants who are contesting for the MPP's flag bearer race. I don't think that anybody would doubt the fact that someone like Dr. Brian Champong is very well resourced. I don't think anybody would doubt the fact that Ken is well resourced. I don't know Dr. Mahmoud Bamia to be a businessman, so I'm sure that he's depending on, contributions here and there from friends and family to be able to do what he's doing. Now, if money indeed was going to be the most defining factor, then perhaps Mahmoud Bamia is in trouble.
Yes.
Let's think about this. I'll take a short break. They're watching Good Morning Ghana on Metro Television. I'm sure that you're going to set context. So we say money. There's context to this, right? Theophilos, there's context to the whole money matter.
Yes, there is.
It's not as straightforward.
No, it's not straightforward.
All right.
No, it's
we'll take a short break, please, John. Please don't go anywhere.
Let me say, Honorable Brian Champong, Dr. Champong, oko sign, baby, I never said me sign. If it's a one kai, me kura PhD. Me kura PhD for me and son. Some of them Ghana. Almost saw paper no more, no must sign. Menso, I say dump him. My degree, qualified by experience. Already documented, Mamia, and I'm starting to say me ready. Me drew number 2. As someone can say, Obian sign say, party no. Send your election in Bekobiano. CSCU, Elsa with you too. And I'm saying, I will be painting. Now, Yama will be 100%, and Hominia 92. In Chumuru, Minya 104, Yamami 14. Bungurugu, Yamami 0, and Sunipa Mienu baby a dance yes or Motoma. When you see, what's the document you have to many say? Men sign. It's a men sign. Listen, if you don't correct a new media, a court you are making a Japan, your main sign, not a cratchy for a sign. Say no more where bank could check tea, no where bank could check tea, no more sign, no more death warrant. Yeah, make a from experience.
I can't even see what they're going to run. And nothing. We need some more. Mama Tambo, my one, no pass out of it. When you now there, Srick a crab. A car, a honey, a baby, and Kabumana. I have Kabum the honey chef, and when you might only be a Kabum day. And nothing to one. Popular problem wɔ yɛ amanyɔkuo no mo deɛ mo a monkɔhwɛ videos no mebɔ mmɔden ma number 1 no afei ne kra ba ne ho a ɔseresere kakra number 3 no so de ahyɛ mu partyfoɔ no ani nye saa nneɛma mehyɛ mo bɔ ɛbɛhyɛ mo bɔ no mesa hyɛ mo bɔ wɔ ha bio 1st February yɛto aba ne wie 31st 1st February yɛde discipline ɛbɛba yɛama no kɔɔ ntɔkwa no wɔ soro hɔ ɛnora yɛkɔ sign peace pact onyankopɔn na de me kɔpie number 2 hɔ a mete number 1 ne number 3 ne ntam menim sɛ mohwɛ TV na mamantam number 1 na akade ebesi wɔ dam hɔ no ɛnyɛ asɛm ketewa menim sɛ mohwɛ ya mamantam number 1 no paa sɛ wojafo ti wanim na ɔde sere kakra na aha ne yɛba bɛyɛ nkabom ana mebo a aha nkabom ne ha na ɛhyɛ aseɛ na wanim a ɔde bɛyɛ nkabom ne ɛnyɛ asɛm ketewa problem wɔ yɛamanyɔkuo no mo deɛ mo a monkɔhwɛ videos no mebɔ mmɔden ma number 1 no afei deɛ ne kra ba ne ho a ɔseresere kakra number 3 no so de ahyɛ mu partyfoɔ no ani nye saa nneɛma no mehyɛ mo bɔ mebɛhyɛ mo bɔ no mesa hyɛ mo bɔ wɔ ha bio 1st February yɛto aba ne wie 31st 1st February yɛde discipline ɛbɛba yɛamanyɔkuo we will restore discipline in
Busiafo ye mama kwaba eba Children's Palace nkwala nyema nyina fie enye yonkwala ntade mani mema nyina ntare nyina wase yonkwala shoes yonkwala duane yonkwala wipes nkwala diapers nkwala toys baby coat in fact bibia opama omanyina obenye biwa ase
Located at East Legon Hills, Nana Chrome KFC. Contact us on 059 6377 172. Children's Palace. Happy children, happy fashion. See you soon. Bye bye.
Wabedum time aso. Hey, J. Watch it, na learning. Missy, watch and learn. Makwai ma besisia. Abozing. Akache say no ya konate and the more drink woman. Hey. But I didn't mean. Oh, sorry. She knew her old days. Eji. Dabio, baby wom. Ready. Hey, baby wom. Ah, Gee, I'll cause some discomfort. Sorry, well, uncle, where would the dad? Why your funeral?
Say a sorry insecticide GB at a user. For pharmacy in a shop biamu. Na mum say a pharmacy supermarket and a shop ra. Na repedudu to Akotonwa. On for Royal Dutch and our Aerofield Trading. Effie spray with Daimwa. Change.
Never dispose of ashes or fire into dustbins at the market or homes. You could start a fire outbreak, endangering both lives and properties. Use the dustbins for your waste and garbage only.
Good afternoon, Mr. Ampedu.
Good afternoon, Mr. Asare.
How is business doing?
My business is collapsing.
Why is your business collapsing?
I sold my products and services to my clients on credit, and my debtors are not paying their debt.
Have you heard of Rosic Consult Limited, a debt recovery company operating in all the 16 regions of Ghana?
Not at all.
Mr. Ampedu, all you need to do is to contact them on their customer service line. I recommend Rosic Consult Limited, a debt recovery company to financial institutions, businessmen and businesswomen, other companies, and also individuals. Rosic Consult has 98.4% debt recovery rate. We have professional debt recovery managers. You are assured of swift debt recovery. No recovery, no commission. For Rosic Consult Limited, no more write-offs. And we pre-finance the recovery ourselves.
We are the #1. The 15th Gold Bond RTP Awards 2025 is here. The prestigious award is slated for Saturday, 7th February 2026 at the Accra International Conference Center. Red carpet starts at 6 p.m. The event will also award the top 10 most performed public company CEOs of 2025, with lots of artists performing on the night. The 15th Gold Bond RTP Awards is powered by Big Events Ghana and sponsored by Gold Bond, Visa Kin, RTP Media Training Institute, RTP Skills Development Institute, RTP Mall, AgriFet Ghana, CocoFit, Knee Fashion, Coco Trade Ghana, Ride Along, A to Z Auto Services, and Specialized Mineral Water.
For Good Morning Ghana to win the Best Television Morning Program of the Year award, dial *920*111# and enter nominee code 100 to vote.
Right, so you're watching Good Morning Ghana on Metro Television. We have about, about 40 minutes or less to end the show. So it helps to try and wrap up on the internal and MPP politics and presidential primaries and matters arising. In fact, it's thrown up very interesting angles that my competent and able guests have helped me to shape in terms of the conversation. I have two fellows, Jimega here, he's an engineer and a lawyer, a member of the NDC's communications team. I also have Laura Tumosa Saka. She is a member of the MPP's communications team and also a staunch Bamia fan and supporter. Gentleman and lady, I think we should try and wrap up on the MV and move to some other things. Who was on the floor? No,
you asked a question about
is it
the
just
money. The money. It's not just about money.
Okay.
It is about how the political structure has also been built.
Okay.
We have built our political structure. My party, those days, we used to have the veranda boys and girls.
Right.
The other party, we used to talk. They used to talk about the elites, being part of the politics.
Right.
Now it has all gone down such that the structures that we have at the levels that we elect the people are all made up of variety of persons. Their skills are all necessary. But whether they will be able to see the good in that material, to be able to select the material, to be the flag bearer, the MP, the regional executive, etc., that is another. So persons like you, persons, lecturers, etc. Yes, I've seen we have professors, doctors, etc., branch executives, regional executives, etc. But they are few. University students, they are few.
Yeah.
Now, it's interesting to note, for example, my constituency, that we have very young men and women who are interested in politics, who have finished tertiary education, etc. So their thinking is different from how it used to be. So, but then it also becomes difficult for somebody of that caliber to say that I am going to explain to people that I am the one they need to elect as their constituency chairman or their branch chairman for us to change things. It won't happen. So because you are afraid of the bottlenecks and the barriers you get there, you won't go in for it. So the person who is going to be elected or who presents himself as a flag bearer will have to navigate through all these mazes. There are people that ideally he wouldn't have shaken hands with, ideally he wouldn't have hugged, but because of the dynamics, he has to do all that. I'm talking in terms of parables. So the people that we also choose there to choose the people for us are also not the good materials that are supposed to choose the right people for us. So it becomes a problem. And the best way to do all those people is that, as you said, someone who is hungry, what will happen? The person might not, for the whole year, might not have eaten a banku and tilapia. And that afternoon, or that morning before they begin voting, he has a big ball and the tilapia as long as this. Having finished that, and it's like, wow. And they have given me 200 in addition.
You're the best.
You are the best. I need to vote for you. That is how it is, and maybe run a documentary on what goes into our election, and sometimes you see, for example, we have 5 aspirants now. All will put up food joints because nobody wants to undo the other. Then somebody collects from all the 5. Then you are wondering, are you sure this guy is going to vote for all the 5? Mathematically impossible.
Yeah.
But all of them, then they now begin to say, oh, as for his cocoa, there was 2 eggs in the pack. This one gave us half egg. I mean, the dynamic is so, it's not just about the people who are going to choose the people are also the problem. So at the end of the day, they choose for us, and we have to go with their choice. Unfortunately, that's the democracy we have.
But if you take the MPP's internal context and the fact that the MP, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia is a front runner in all of this, you will not say it's about money, will it?
No. Again, you see,
it's about money.
It is. But if he dares not put in
to give
money,
anything at all,
if he dares not
he will
put
not
in
win.
money, he will.
Or he cannot win.
He might win, but his win level might drop.
Speaking about winning levels dropping.
Even moving around alone, you need money.
True.
Right. I mean, the vehicles he's using, accommodation and all that, it's important.
Yeah.
But what you do with the money and how you make it the factor is the issue. Look, we are getting to a point on the back of what my brother here was saying, and saying he's speaking in parables. Oh, let's be blunt. We are getting to a point where we are making it look as if you have to be shameless to be in politics.
Right.
Because we sit here, it takes more than money. We sit here, people will meet you. Some are extremely nice. Some will meet you, oh, I like the way you do this, I disagree with you and all that. Some will meet you and be outright rude. Right? But fundamentally, it's like it's become so combative. Even look at posts on Facebook, someone just picks up. So it's like the moment you join a political party, that's your life. You can't even make a comment. Someone will come and draw those analogies. Like you can make an objective comment, you can make a social comment and all that. And we are gradually getting to the point where it's like you have to be shameless to be there, so that anything that I've said, what do we say? If you want to know your history, join politics. Someone will even come and tell you what you did in your mother's womb. You know, so it takes a lot. It's not all about money. It's important. We don't narrow it, but it takes a lot of character, a lot of resilience to do politics in this country. And it even takes more if you have to do frontline like the way some of us do. Sometimes you can meet someone, and if you are not really grounded in your intentions towards getting into frontline politics, it can demoralize you the whole time. Like he said, there are some people that, if not for politics, they can't even meet you, they can't even greet you when they meet you, but they can run you down by virtue of the fact that you've chosen. And that is what is discouraging a lot of intellectuals, a lot of well-meaning people from joining politics. Because he or she is in their corner. If they are a lecturer, they are their department, they are their faculty. They alter their books, they teach their students, they make their living. Because it's more expensive being in politics these days than doing your normal job. There are people who don't have that resilience to do what we are doing. So
you know, Laura, to think that the monies that politicians give out don't stop only when they want power. In fact, it gets worse.
Yes.
When you've won power.
Yeah.
And a few weeks ago, I think 2 weeks ago, we had we broached this topic of how partyful soldiers will always throng your offices and almost every day demanding or making requests.
You see the commentaries from the NDC.
What?
How they go to people's office and all that. It's not new.
It's
why is why is a Didija one of the reasons why we lost?
Power, so it's one of the reasons they tell you that's why we want the money. They tell you that we want the money now because when you go, we won't see you. Yet when you go,
they'll come.
They want to see you.
And most of those people too, they are not looking for formal employment.
They just want money.
Because the money they get moving from one appointee to the other is more than what they will get if they are
I'm sure some of them are putting up houses.
8 to 5. Some are very rich. But I mean, those are other people's ways of
it's a full-time job. Move from CEO, minister, deputy minister.
Yes, it's
heads of institutions.
Yes.
So
and by the
time
they want to be so happy by the time you leave office that they will be able to. I mean, if I tell you the number of calls I receive about these recruitments, I mean,
for being a party communicator.
Yes,
a government communicator.
He's on TV. He's a big man.
And the WhatsApps I receive on all this, then I ask myself, how is the likes of Sami Jemfi handling their phone? Yeah. How is Eduji Tamaklo handling his phone? Then because
sometimes you thank God you don't have an appointment.
Sometimes, yes, sometimes too you thank God you don't. But sometimes when you get there too, you might know how to do it.
Yeah.
But more before you move
Let's
on
try and wrap up on this, yes.
Let's say this young man, Richard Adablakulu,
okay.
He's called AKL and Temple. He said his name is the biggest name in Juju. He sent me a message. He said, yes.
It was in Juju?
Len Temple, the biggest name in Juju.
I see.
Yes, he said, tell Moro that I love his program like something.
Oh.
So, Moro, someone loves your program like something.
Tell him
Moro is getting the help.
Thank you very much. Yes, we love him back.
Yes. So the idea about, I don't know when we are going to wipe money out of politics. I think when we get to a situation where there are jobs, things like that, and people are only looking for jobs, they get jobs, they move on, and stuff like that. Yes, maybe. Yeah.
So this time I was on Metro, someone said, and usually when you're on TV, you get a lot of these messages, you know, and a gentleman sent me a message and said he wanted a laptop.
But when you were at your former place?
No, even now, you still get those messages, you know, and he was upset.
You can't get a laptop?
I can't get it for him. Those are the things you face. So it takes a lot until you start encouraging each other, you know, because if you keep saying it's dirty, if you keep saying you can't do it, but the people, that is how your water flows. That's how you get electricity. That is how your prices are determined. So you don't want to be part of it. I mean, just on a lighter note, I was talking to a marketing lecturer about 3 days ago. I was like, it looks like now the MPP and the NDC, even though we are all in the center, it looks like we are all bypassing the center to each other's corner, you know. So all these things,
moving from left to right.
One is moving from right to left, you know. So all these things are there. If we get all these people coming in, sharing their opinions, all of us doing it. My brother sitting here, he's contested primaries before. But I bet you if I ask him if he's going again, he'll tell me no.
You know what? Of course he will go. Yes. They finished him, he'll go again. You know, I've been wondering how people like Loratu survived when she was at what's the name of your regulator?
Postal and
Courier Services Commission.
I cut my coat according to my material, not my size.
Because typically, Laura is not the type of person who just throws money away like that. You know, she's a very... It's a word I'm looking for. She's like an accountant. You know, she plans like that. You know, so I'm wondering how she survived. Because when the people come to her, they don't care whether she plans or not. For her, for as long as it's a government appointee, you have to give them money. Anyway, so I'm sure one day she'll tell us that story. We're watching Good Morning Ghana. I want us to move on. I wanted us to look at the Musa Danquest polls, but I don't know whether we have time. If we can do maybe 5 minutes each on polls and what polls mean in modern day or contemporary politics. But if you look at Daily Guide of today, it says polls tip Bamia to win MPP race, and it says it's a Daily Guide report. As the new Patriotic Party flag bearer primary draws near, Dr. Mahmoud Bamia has been tipped to win the election, with 57% of delegates casting their votes for him across the country. Several polls, including the latest by Info Analytics, have all reported favorable responses for the former vice president in what will pass as the most fiercely contested internal election in the history of the MPP. Trailing behind him is former Asin Central Member of Parliament MP Kennedy Ohene Japon, who is expected to garner 28% of the vote, the survey suggested. In the run-up to the January 31, 2026 flag bearer race, the first since the party unfolded an expanded, electoral college, there has been an annually rancorous campaigning by some of the contestants, with Kennedy Japon firebrand rhetoric making the headlines most of the time. Musa Danquest Info Analytics survey, which commenced soon after the MP flag bearer aspirants completed and submitted their nomination forms, has been consistent in tipping Dr. Mahmoud Bamia as a front-runner in the race. The latest poll, conducted between December 29, 2025 and January 23, 2026, according to the accompanying details, surveyed 10,133, so 10,000, a little over 10,000 people were surveyed. And the respondents across 16 regions and 272 constituencies using a random probability sampling method. The computer-assisted telephone interviews upon which the survey was undertaken is the final prediction model ahead of the elections. Now, so Kwame Japon polled 0% in the poll. It has a confidence level of 99.9% and a margin of error of 1.57%, with a predictive model bearing a margin of error of plus 3.0%. Now, there was a survey released earlier by Info Analytics on Wednesday, December 31, 2025, that put Dr. Mahmoud Bamia at 73%, right? So there's been a bit of a dip. Okay, now there are rival survey reports with contestants engaging all manner of means to win the Saturday poll. Some have resorted to engaging posters to churn out favorable survey reports, a mind game which they hope to turn the tides in their favor. In some of the surveys, other candidates have been given wins of over 50% plus one and 50% plus one vote. Now, one of such reports puts Kennedy Japon as leading the pack with a huge percentage. Pastors have also come in.
Yes, I told you there are predictions.
With assessment of predictions to conflicting that the intentions of the Air Force are too glaring to be ignored. Under the circumstances, survey reports have come under intense integrity questioning. The consistency of the survey constitutes the base of this story, stands out from the arrests. So, prophecy, or science? Which one will carry the day? But before then, our own Paul Adomotri, Good Evening Ghana, makes a very interesting argument. His argument is that, and maybe let me start, I'll start with Laura on this, that consistently in the MPP's presidential primaries, the winner of the earlier primaries, if the person stands again, tends to do better. And so if Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia moves from 61% in the last primaries to 57%, and based on what Musa Danquah's post is saying, or if Musa Danquah's post is anything to go by, then the Bawumia campaign, of which you are a member, should have a cause to worry, because you ought to win as a flag bearer of a party, and you ought to win commandingly or emphatically to sort of increase the political legitimacy that you want to control within your party. But if that doesn't happen, and of course, for now, Musa Danquah is one of the most, you can call it, one of the credible posters that we have in town. So what this means is that most likely his 57% is likely to be the case. How do you respond to persons who says that if this 57% is anything to go by, then your campaign team must be really worried?
Okay, so let's give my father's namesake his flowers. Yeah. He's turned out to become one of the, credible pollsters in this. You may have issues with his approach, you may have issues with his modeling, but he's turned out. In 2023, for our primaries, he was the only one who predicted it right.
Right.
2024 elections, he was the one who predicted. You know how he has links with Larabanga? So when I call him a brother, he's one person that...
Are you connected to Larabanga?
I'm a Gunja, so...
Oh, okay.
Actually, my mother's mother, my grandmother is connected to Larabanga, so I have relatives from there. You know, polls, or should I say data and science, have become parts of our daily activities. Marketers use it, media houses use it, social marketers use it. Everybody is using that to predict a lot of things. Some institutions use it to predict peak time and all those things. So it's become part of us. And politics is no different. That's why there's also room for margin of error. Acceptable margin of error is 4 to 8% for a 95% confidence level.
Yeah.
Those are standard, So people will conduct their polls based on the approaches they are doing it. Some can sample randomly, use other forms of sampling and all that. But those are predictions. And they've put it out there. They've been daring enough to put it out there.
Because that's like putting the credibility on the line.
Usually when they put those percentages out there, you have to go behind the figures. What led to this? And for me, those are the conversations I usually have with, I find it difficult to call him Musa because that's my father's name.
Right.
So that's the conversations I have with my brother. Because most researchers in their reports will not put out everything. Most of them are summaries of their findings and recommendations as to what. So any well-meaning, and to go to Paul's point, yes, he's predicted 57%, some have predicted less than 65%. We came out of an election. We came out of a primaries that had issues. We came out of an election that have issues that most are glaring and we are aware of. So these predictions, behind the data, what are those who say they are for Dr. Bawumia saying? What are those who say they are not for him saying? Those who are undisclosed, what is their reason for not coming out? Okay. Yesterday, someone was telling me that some people don't want to come out because, like we've been talking about, the little monies that are being given by all the aspirants, they don't want to come out and be seen as being from one side, and they won't benefit from them because aspirants targets. So if you've come out to say you are not for me, why should I waste my limited resources on you? So you go behind the data and understand that yes, it's predicted, but what are they saying? If we take a cue and do right by some of the things you are saying, it could even balloon to way above what is being predicted. But for me, as a social researcher and soon to become a political marketing expert, I think that these are things that we need to engage. I mean, you can critique a poll, you can critique a research, but you don't bastardize it. Engage the researcher. What did they find? What are their recommendations? What do they think the way out is to improve over the figures?
That should be the attitude towards polls.
That should be the attitude towards polls. And I think those are the conversations we should be having. So my brother has brought out a poll. I think Professor Smart Sapon also brought out a poll.
Yes.
The other ones, what's the conversation? What are they saying?
Well, the numbers matter to Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia if he wins.
I mean,
the margin of victory, is that crucial to his win?
It is.
And what number would you say that you're working towards to make him sit pretty?
I think that we shouldn't work below 70%.
Okay.
The
target should be 70%, at least.
And that has been the team's focus.
Okay.
I mean, most of the places that we've been to, most of the constituents, delegates, have been promised more than 70%.
Okay.
I mean, we've gone to constituencies. I was privileged to be with him in around the 5 regions in the north. And the minimum was, I think, 75 or so. So averagely, we are looking at between 70 and 80%. But someone will say fear delegates.
Yeah.
I would say respect delegates. Don't take them for granted. And that is what Dr. Bawumia is doing, moving around everyone. So it being in a favor of one candidate or the other, I'm happy that most of them, but behind those percentages, what is the real conversation? And that is what we need to be looking at.
You?
Yes.
Should Bawumia be, as Paula Domotri has said, be concerned if he doesn't get at least 65 or 70%?
Yes, I think it should be worried.
Why? A win is a win.
One of the reasons Laura too should be worried, but she spoke diplomatically, is the fact that when JM was going for His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, then candidate, going for such a thing, the noise was all over that when Akufo-Addo went for his re-election, he got so much this vote.
That's true.
And John Dramani Mahama, then a candidate, was not getting so much vote. So all those things will come back today to haunt.
You mean the chickens have come back to?
They have come to. Yes. They will all come. He knows. That's why
I didn't get what he said. No, I didn't get the drift.
He said when John Mahama was contesting, the MPP were like, look, he needs to get a certain percentage because of what Anado got in the past. To show that he has the full support of the party. So he's saying that a similar thing is playing out today.
It's playing out
where
today.
The NDC will legitimately
more like
ask
that.
But I'm sure also get a certain percentage.
Yes, but
so that's where she's also coming from.
We need the numbers.
He needs at least 75%. That's what they're working on. So she agrees with you in principle.
Yes, that is what is going to happen. But my worry, before I come to you, is that if the polls you have just shown had been in the US, at least 2 people would have dropped out by now.
Well,
really?
You see, yes, Moro. The dropping out is not just for the fact that they want to drop out. It saves money for the party. The money they will use in printing your side of the ballot the money they will use to do,
No, but who says it's their money?
The party's money.
Oh, you mean save the party? Okay,
no, technically it's the party's money.
Save the party.
Yes.
The wahala.
And what you presented, yes. And I'm wondering, even if not 3, should have dropped off by now. Yes, if assuming the polls, because from the polls he has shown, he has been consistent.
So the bottom 3.
Yes, the bottom.
But you see, but I'll tell you, Dr. Brandon Champon, for instance. I mean, you look at his polling 13%, isn't it?
Yeah.
Kennedy Agyapong is polling 28%.
Yeah.
And Dr. Osei Yardishum is polling 2%.
Yeah.
I can't believe this. I mean, Kwabena Agyapong, the former general secretary of your party, is polling 0%. How? Anyway,
it is
but
not,
Dr. Brandon Champon,
it is not that. Is 0,000.
No, I get it. I mean, based on the delegates that
yes,
polled. But here's the thing.
Yeah.
But
no, but
even the delegates polled, it isn't that 0.
Okay.
But because they were rounding up.
So it came to 0.
It came to 0.
Okay. All right.
Yes.
Maybe 1 or 2. Not in terms of the human beings.
Yes.
But if you put all everything together.
No, but we've had elections in this country that people have voted and even gotten 0. So
yes.
No, apart from Asa Kennedy who had 1.
Yes. So you see, they would have
So Dr. Brandon Champon, just to help you with your analysis of why some persons must drop off based on what the polls are saying. So Dr. Brandon Champon, for instance, he says the polls we're seeing, he describes them as psyops. Psychological operations. It's psyops. And that the real polls is what happens on the D-Day. And that he has had personal interactions with the delegates. Okay? And he has a list of everybody he has spoken to and what they've told him they will do for him. And he has no reason to doubt what they have promised to do for him. And he has also promised that he will do something for them. So, such a person, how do you expect him to drop off from the polls just because Musa Dankwa says he's polling 13%? It's as a psyops.
My sister sighed and did and I sort of, it was the same at the same time.
This is somebody's playing mind games.
I don't do this often, but let me speak my local language. They say
what does that mean?
If you longer, they call them tomorrow.
Okay.
Tomorrow definitely comes.
Yes, if you go cry to it tomorrow.
Okay.
No problem. At this stage, my it's more about let tomorrow come.
Okay.
But to make such a suggestion would have meant that himself would have commissioned his own polls.
Yes, he has his own polls.
Number 2, if the front...
No, I'm just confirming. He says he has his own polls. Except he won't tell us what his polls are saying.
Okay.
The journalist push. He says it's personal consumption.
Number 2, I don't know, but I would have been surprised if Laura Tu and their team would not have been speaking to Musa Dankwa, as he said, to find out the numbers behind the numbers.
Okay.
Now, if Ken...
No, I didn't say the team is speaking to him.
No,
he said he will be surprised if based on what you just said.
If you are not doing that...
It's not just what is being published,
if you are
but
not
the real issues behind the numbers and the data. So based on which is saying that he will be surprised based on everything you said that somebody is not engaging Musa to ask him about how he arrived.
You should be engaging him.
Yeah.
You should be. You are not engaging him for him to churn out the numbers in your favor.
Yeah.
You are saying, okay, you are a consultant, we want to consult you. How much do we pay? It's 5,000. Okay, this is what we intend to do. How much would that cost? You sit down, he breaks down everything to you. Can we get data? You say, okay, if I give you data, it's another 5,000. Then you have your figures and you go. That's what I mean. Not you go and pay him to say that the figures should favor you.
It would be a sensible thing to do. Unless you don't trust
knowing him, he will even do it.
Oh no, he will. He's not in business.
No, what's he saying? He will do.
No,
yes.
Channel figures.
No, channel figures. Yes. So I would have been the other prof you mentioned,
Professor Smart Sapon.
Yes, I was on a couple of platforms.
Kumasi Technical University.
Yes, he predicted something very, very, very different for the 2024 election. And he went pairs and went down south. Nothing close to what he predicted ever came. I don't know if the same type of prediction we are seeing now. But you see, when I was on a platform with him, he told me their technical university is the best in the country, their department, their blah, blah, blah. So if you keep churning out figures that tomorrow don't turn out to be what really is the situation or not close, then people will begin to see your The moment they see your projection, they say it's one of those ones. Let's forget about it.
Yeah.
And as both of you said, knowing Musa Dankwa, it means he's building a reputation that he has to guard.
Yeah.
And you see, it is not only the politicians who might be approaching him. There may even be embassies.
Oh yeah.
There may be international organizations
Oh,
who may be. So he will have his interest and image and brand to guard.
In fact, financiers would have to approach him because they also have people who do political risk assessment for them.
Exactly.
Based on which they know how to fund.
Exactly.
You know, to do their party financing.
So if to go by this, my worry is the undecided votes. If you look at the undecided votes, the other day, it's even if you, yes, but even if you add all to those less Mahmoud Bawumia, it will still make Mahmoud Bawumia just crawl across the line. But from the beginning, I made a point that when you win, what is the strategy you are going to use going forward? Are you going to whip everybody in line immediately and say, hey, I'm the leader, let's go this way?
Before you talk about what he intends to do going forward, I'm sure you'll be happy if indeed he gets 57%.
Moro, let me be honest with you. If Ghana stays the way it is today, till 2028, no matter who MPP brings, will not win. If the economy stays this way, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia will get nothing else to talk about. If the economy stays this way.
Are you suggesting that the NDC is not interested in what Bawumia will get? Whether he gets 57%, 80%, 90%?
I am telling you.
As long as you focus on delivering. Is that what you're saying?
If we focus on delivery, whoever they bring.
But there's propaganda value in there. That's where I'm drawing your attention to. Yes, there's the governance side of things. But as a political party, if the Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia doesn't get up to 70%, maybe you may not be interested. But there's a propaganda value in there.
They are interested. We will also be interested. We will feed off that. Everybody will feed off. Everybody will feed off. Everybody will feed off.
So as for the governance, yes, it's true. You've made a point. Yes.
Everybody will feed off. Will feed off on that.
Okay.
I believe so.
Okay.
Everybody will feed off. I will be here. In fact, when the figures started showing, I googled to see NDC primaries 2023 to see the figures and to compare with this. We'll be showing those scorecards.
Okay.
That one for sure.
Okay.
We will not leave it to chance that way.
And the accusation of pushing people out you have to show that scorecard.
We will do all that.
Of skewing the election towards
we will do all that.
One candidate. You have to show all those.
Yes, like the way it is alleged as being skewed.
Laura, you have no idea how the NDC can't wait for Bawumia to get 57%.
Yes. You have no idea. I agree with you.
Don't worry, when we get to that,
that's why Laura is not sleeping. In fact, today she's going.
When we get there, we'll cross it.
There is this guy. He's the deputy communication.
Come again.
One of the national executives, deputy communication. He goes by either Alaji something or he's a young man. Kamal.
Kamal Dean.
Yes, Kamal. Okay. I was on platform with him, and how they were worried about getting or some of these things, like the way we are having the discussion. Getting some of these things done this way. So, apart from the fact that the opposition will feed on it, it also shows a deep issue within the party.
Well, quite clearly.
So that is even the one they need to worry about, not what the optics generally will show about.
But let me ask you this. But let me ask you this.
Yeah.
I know you're not a political scientist, but maybe I can tap into your having been around, observed politics for a very long time. Is there a direct nexus or correlation or relationship between what you get internally, what you poll internally, okay, in a presidential primary, to what you are likely to get in the national elections?
No, I don't
is there
think
direct
so.
nexus?
I don't think so.
So that
no.
the smaller the number,
then it's
the less likely
by 90-something%.
Okay, based on I get it. So there's no correlation.
I mean,
right?
There may be,
yes,
there's
no
correlation.
Please go ahead. I needed us to establish that fact.
But you see, you have more work
to do
to uniting your own people. And in politics, a day is such a long time.
Second.
You see, as she said, a second is such a long time. So if you are going to be spending days mending and bringing people on board, one of the reasons why the election is coming has been brought forward will be defeated.
True.
Because you'll be spending that time merging all these bridges. Let us just hope that it is just an idea of everybody choosing what they really wanted to, but it is not a sign of a major division within the party. And that will also largely depend on the leaders who will obtain those smaller figures. There are some you can decide to forget about them, appoint them as part of your campaign team. But if you read Chasing the Elephant into the Bush, one of the things Arthur Kennedy said was that Nana Ado.
You always state just the first part.
Yeah.
The whole book is Chasing the Elephant to the Bush. Is the politics of complacency. It's a full.
Okay.
Yes.
I think we should have
It's convenient for him to say chasing the elephant into
so the politics of complacency. One of the things he advised, or Nana Ado was advised, was not to appoint any of those 17 or 18 who contested with him as part of the campaign team, because they all still have their eyes on something. They all have their followers. There's fragmentation.
You see, here we go.
Yes. Oh, chasing the elephant into the bush.
The politics
of complacency.
Is it the emphasis on the first part?
Yes. In fact, then when the book came out, I bought a couple of them.
You bought a couple of them.
Yes,
I would have to end the conversation because we have just 30 seconds.
Yes. Okay. So all I want to say is that we wish NPP well.
Okay.
They are. I pray that their wish of not winning 2028 and coming back staying in opposition for long.
Okay.
So I reject the opposition bit.
Inshallah.
We are coming out of 31st stronger.
All right.
Inshallah.
Okay.
And we'll meet them.
So Kwame Sapasido says, good morning. The problem with frontline politics is a function of job creation and social amenities availability. See, if the system creates an enabling environment that drives real private sector job creation and entrepreneurship, the pressure on appointees and those seeking office will decrease. Both parties must accept that the historical approach to job creation when the government tries to create jobs is flawed. We have many examples from all previous governments.
Is he in politics?
Gabriela Tete.
Is he in politics?
No, he's in CDD.
Okay.
So your very good friend Gabriela Tete, she says that delegates know that for many of them, they will never see or speak to the person seeking their vote, even calls herself, they know they pick. After MVP elections, how many of them will see or speak to Bamia or Ken or any of their
she should answer
so
after
for them,
NDC elections.
It's their season.
After NDC elections, how many of them can get
it? Brian Wabi finally says, Moro,
ask Gabi.
I have observed.
Chicken, cow, and
He's back again, children. The children president is back, and I'm back for good. To God be the glory.